marching to the center of the stage. I would like to present to you. And forget it, here we go. Here I am now, listen up, children, here we go. You can take a seat, come on inside. I don't mean you harm, I'm a tester with the story, and I know that you really will enjoy it if you give me your eye. I come from the dungeon, when I talk to you, let me go to the back basement, what a smooth ride. And I came up from the ground, hands down, I'm the baddest around. Everybody, let's ride. You don't know me, it's the J to the O, homie. Y'all don't get it confused, it's me, the one and only. I'm standing before you with the mercy of your good graces. I'm bringing you more flavor than you probably used to taste it. Thinking you're raw, save it. I'm a problem for you fakers. You might as well highlight your bio online and just erase it. Back before they stuck me in that prison, I was patient. Now I'm like, fuck giving me your attention. I'ma take it. Let me tell you a story about me and my many, many travels. African, magical dragons, dark wizards, dungeons, and castles. It started when I wasn't with a jester, nothing but a young, naive little bastard, thinking I was gonna be a gentleman and tell him what a benefit a joker like he could be. But of course, it always would happen. Every time I give an inch, they take advantage, and the hole never got filled but that of the dungeon in which I was banished. Look at the slum in which I landed. Look at me lying there, sinking abandoned. Well, it took a little time and a bit of crime, but eventually give it all get paid. Here I am now, listen up, children, here we go. You can take a seat, come on inside. I don't mean you harm, I'm a tester with the story, and I know that you really will enjoy it if you give me your eye. I come from the dungeon, never talked to a living, let me go to the back basement, what a smooth ride. And I came up from the ground, hands down, I'm the baddest around. With the jokers, everybody, let's ride. I'm the only rapper on the planet who could catch a pomegranate with my butt cheeks during a backflip and flawless landing. Suck it in and shoot it out like a ball of cannon. Spray shit everywhere, leave a shopping mall abandoned. I'm the tallest standing rapper on the totem pole. You disagree, homie, you can swallow my scrotum whole. You ain't got the talent, so step aside and know your role. Bro, yo, I try to be cool with everybody. Listen to the views, tagging the mechanics, every sin's been improved, but they didn't really listen. It was nothing but a ruse. Just tell us every sin's in the color, there's a crew. But what was I to do? I didn't really know. Give them the benefit of the doubt, never let it show. Let me think, no. Death to the hecklers and anybody taking any part of it is no. That's how I go, J to the O. Bitch, act like you know when I'm coming to bust shit up bad. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get real in the rhythm. Any real getting ready for the party. I'm finished when I started with a venomous and organ and a vision in the garden. Anybody feeling like you better get up and do what you gotta do. Here I am now, listen up, children, here we go. You can take a seat, come on inside. I don't mean you harm, I'm a tester with the story, and I know that you really will enjoy it if you give me your eye. I come from the dungeon, let me go to the back basement, what a smooth ride. And I came up from the ground, hands down, the baddest around. The jokers, everybody, let's ride. The bitches threw me in a chickenless coop, locked me up and forgot me cold, sick it and poop. You see, Fix was sent to kill me in the dungeon I sat, but instead he let me out, now I'm back. Look, when I was growing up, yo, they told me I was nothing. They told me I had problems, they told me I was sucking. But now I'm the one who got their heads bobbing, and I ain't the one with the problem. So say it with me, it goes like this: forget all the others. Yeah, let them all go down, make it all burn, cause they count us out. Forget all the others. You see, the one thing I found is I'm not the one with the problem. Listen up now, back in the cave, I climbed out of my grave and onto the page. Now the wait is over. I know you'd rather me there, stuck down in my lair. You should probably prepare, cause it saves the joke. It's time to be gone. Let's get on with the show. Just sit on a bestow. Man, I'm so hey, forget your women and beer. You sent you a beer. The mission is clear. Listen, I'm here. Back in the cave, I climbed out of my grave and onto the page. Now the wait is over. I know you'd rather me there, stuck down in my lair. You should probably prepare. Save the joke. It's time to be gone. Let's get on with the show. Sit on a bestow. Hey, forget your women and beer. The mission is clear. Listen, I'm here.
We on?
We is on.
We motherfucking on. What the fuck is up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. This is What the Fuck Wednesday. You steady playing with the
We're good.
fishing in with the music there?
I'm turning the music
He's
up
producing.
in here. So we can still hear it, man.
All right. It's your boy Marco, and once again, we got motherfucking Vinyl Dick.
What's happening, everybody?
And we got fucking Greg over there playing with himself.
I'm playing with all my stuff.
And we got Jeremy in the background doing some equipment work.
Yeah.
We can finally put some announcements on this shit, because ain't it coming up this month, the autistic thing?
Yes, and well, we got the West Side Music Festival the 15th.
What is... See, I ain't going to be able to go to that. Well, I'm
Yeah.
going to try to split that, because the graduation party, they talking about having it from 1 o'clock in the afternoon till 1 o'clock in the morning. You're on crank.
Yeah.
And nobody has that
Well, they
many
might
friends. You know, no... they're having it at a bar, and I'm thinking that they're just going to chill at the bar all night. But dude, you know, you're going to pay me for a certain amount of hours just like everybody else. And after that, I got shits to do. You know, I mean, I'd like to go to the festival.
But anyhow, so you got the West Side Full Music Festival with Paul Doom.
Don't we have this weekend, too, Jesse from Stereotype I is playing one of the new bars that's opening. He's doing acoustic with somebody.
Yeah. I can't remember where, though. He just had me in it like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been following it, and they're actually sounding pretty fucking good.
Right.
But anyhow, go
Jesse
check out.
kills it with acoustic.
Yeah, go check out Jesse Calhoun on Facebook. He's with
Stereotype Eye.
Stereotype Eye, and check him out. You know, he's got a show coming up. We can't remember exactly what's going on, but mad props to Jesse because he is a badass acoustic player. So
Yeah, I gotta admit, he was fucking. He put one of his practice videos on. First time he played with somebody, and
Dude, on point.
Jesse got some skills.
Oh, yeah.
You got. I mean,
well,
I might have
you
him
slept
teach
through
me how
his
to
whole
play.
set out there at Rocksfest.
Oh fuck yeah!
His whole set out there was acoustic.
Dude, did I tell you what happened at Rocksfest with Jesse?
No.
Oh man, sorry. We're gonna have to stop the announcements for a minute because I've apologized to Jesse 1,000 times for this, and I still feel like shit about this. Rocksfest, I think, what was it, last year, the year before last? I think it was, no, last year went well. It was the one before that. With all the mud, remember my van got stuck?
Yeah.
And Scotty and the Blue Man thing?
Yeah.
Wasn't Jesse out there?
No.
No? So, okay, well then it was last year. We had just got acquainted real well. You know, I met Jesse a couple times. But, you know, now we're cool. I consider him a friend. Anyways, he came to Rocksfest. His gig was in the daytime. I was hyped to see him. Well, you know, everybody was partying the night before. You know, Greg and them were playing fucking Crystal Lake. Somebody was, you know, acting like Jason. Fucking, you know, Vinyl Rick looked like he was Jesus popping in and out of the fucking woods. You know, Jared's
good
losing his
fucking
mind.
time.
We're just going to put it this way. Make sure you check out Rossfest this year because it's probably just going to be just as crazy. So
We're going to turn it up.
So, you know,
Oh, yeah.
nevertheless, I was, and this is far and few, but I was the soberest out of the group.
Bullshit.
And I went to sleep, I say about 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, they're out doing their fucking thing.
Yeah,
I
we
wake up the
definitely
next
gotta
day,
sleep, too.
and I'm still feeling tired. I see Jesse come up as I'm just waking up. I go to help him get his stuff out of his truck, and apparently he was there while I was sleeping, so all the shit was already out. So I was like, cool,
when
man.
Marco woke up, Jesse was walking off of the stage.
Yeah, I'm going back to sleep. You know, Jesse was like, I'm going to be on in about 20 minutes. I'm like, cool, I'm going to get my shit together. And just the way I had my air mattress in the back of the van and the air conditioning, and I literally woke up to the same scene that I woke up maybe 2 hours before that. Instead of Jesse unloading the truck, he was loading the truck, just getting done because I asked him if I could help him. It was terrible. Terrible, terrible. And I have to admit, every time I go to see Jesse's set, any of his shows, because I've tried to make quite a few. And like I said, I've tried. No matter how many fucking times I go, I maybe catch either the last 10, 15 minutes, or I get there and catch the first 10, 15 minutes, and something happens and I gotta leave. I've never got to see all of Jesse's set. And he's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But anyways, he's playing somewhere this weekend. It's a new bar, something Axes, something Axes, something like that.
Yeah.
So check him out. Greg, you said the 15th is that festival?
Yep.
That's going to be at Westside?
Yep.
The Westside Bowl? Up
and
on the west side of Youngstown?
I need to correct myself. Over the last few shows, I said it was a rap show, but there's actually going to be metal bands there, too.
It's a mixture of it's local music, period. Whether it's rap, country, whatever. We hope it's not country. But
no, it's not.
I mean, even, I found a couple country songs that I've liked lately. I think it's because it's the only shit I can sing in karaoke anymore.
The head PE days are over.
yeah, no shit. Let's see what else we got going on. We got the autism show that is coming up at the end of the month. Actually, have you seen on Facebook the Avenger shirt they have for autism?
I don't think so, no.
They actually have a new one. I bought, I guess it was an older version of it. I don't know if they had something similar somewhere else in Ohio, maybe a year or two ago. I thought I was special, I went to Goodwill and I found there was one with the Avenger A on it. And it looked just like an Avenger thing, but it had autism under it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had like the bands or whatever who were there.
That's pretty cool.
And then the other one I got, I can't remember. It was more of a DC-ish type comic book, but it was also for autism. And then, lo and behold, a month later, they're selling them on Facebook, the newer versions of them and shit. But I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm real curious to see how my little brother, Pooh, is going to react. Because my mom, still thinks Pooh's, and we know, a lot of you parents who have handicapped children or whatever, people tend to treat them as a child forever. I'll always look at my son as a kid, not so much a little kid like some people do, but as a kid. Even though he's a grown-ass man. Marco is, he's my oldest son.
Yeah.
But, again, I look at him as he's a little kid. But my little brother, Pooh, he's a year younger than me, maybe a year and a half younger than me. And he kind of towers you, Ricky.
Damn.
And Ricky has the nickname Sasquatch for a reason. Big Pooh is Big Pooh.
Shit.
And there's different levels of autism. I'm not knocking anybody. I feel like autism is the new generic fucking term for just real autism, especially growing up. When I was growing up, there was only maybe a handful of kids who were autistic. There's a lot of government shit involved in the whole autism surge. But now, everybody, they call it the spectrum or whatever the fuck. It's not like that, man. And I think they kind of got it from Rain Man. I guess that's autistic, but the form of autism my brother has is way more severe than that. Pooh can't talk. Pooh, he's kind of, he's evolved and matured, to maybe the state of a 5-year-old in his brain. But still, it's very hard, unless you know him or whatever, to communicate with him and stuff. I don't look at him any differently than I look at any of my other brothers, like you guys.
Yeah.
I'll tell Pooh to go fuck off just like I'll tell one of you guys to fuck off. My mom has a fit about that because she still looks at him as a baby.
Right.
Whereas, my son Marco, I just got done telling his sister, that's a grown-ass fucking man.
Yeah.
You don't tell him he has a bedtime or whatever. Yeah, it's nice, if we get everybody settled down at a particular time. But if that boy wants to stay up till 3 fucking o'clock in the morning and watch pornos,
Have at it.
So what? He's in a wheelchair. He wants to see titties. Hey, he's a grown-ass
America.
man. You're not allowed to see that shit because you're a fucking teenager. He is because he's not a teenager. So I'm real curious to take Pooh to something real, like a concert, real music, real interaction with people, real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my mom kind of Oh, me and my mom got a fucked up relationship.
Have you tried him on the
But
CBD?
my mom won't. That's another thing that pisses me off.
Because like,
You know, my mom. I've told my mom about the Ambien. I've told my mom about the CBD. I've told my mom about just regular weed. I told my mom, look, the fucking kid is 41 years old. We need to get him laid. You know, I plan on getting Marco laid.
run it.
I had shit from everybody and their mama about that. But now he got a fucking beard like Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
He gets some pussy. You know, I don't give a fuck if I gotta pay some bitch to jack him off
So?
or whatever.
Yeah.
He's gonna get some kind of. He's a fucking man. I believe my brother should get the same thing, but when mom goes her route, then maybe
Yeah.
we'll take care of that. It's not my responsibility at the time.
Well, I only say that because like, buddy Ian, his girl has a son, probably 7, 8, super autistic, like hardcore. They got him on an 85-15 CBD mixture, so there's a little bit of THC in there just to whatever. But dude, leaps and
We got-
bounds.
Tracy in the chat said hi to everybody.
Hi,
Hello.
Tracy.
So I figured we'd give her a shout out.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. Always appreciate our fucking peoples.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm real curious to see his interactions. You
Right.
know, to get out there without my mom. And now my mom, I guess, has good intentions, but
Mom's old school.
right, you know, it's she thinks weed is just as bad as crack
Yeah.
or heroin,
Right.
and by far, there's.
But that's yeah.
But that, and depending on what we have to do at the show, you know, if we're going to be doing anything or broadcasting or doing any kind of shit, then, you know, I don't know how many people or what I'm going to bring or who I'm going to bring with me. But if we're just all kicking it together and it's just us kicking it, then I might bring Marco too. Shit.
Well, I mean, you can bring them both. I think we're broadcasting, but it's just going to be what they're playing, so we really don't have to talk or anything like that. So it won't be too
You know,
busy.
we're going to be opening up our, especially after a few drinks.
Yeah, probably.
Where's that one going to be held at?
What the
The
autism
autism
show is at the West Side Bowl too.
That
I think
one's
it's
gonna
yeah. I think that one's actually gonna be on a new stage.
Oh, they put a new stage in there?
Oh yeah, they took out like I think 10 lanes.
It's upstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean there's Wi-Fi now?
There might be.
Oh, jeez. Speaking of, I mean, a little technical talk here. I grabbed some more LXR cables from the flea market. Dude had them. I think I bought 3 of them for $10.
Alright.
A 10, a 15, and a 25.
Nice.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be running out of shit no more. Just like, you know, for Rocks Fest,
Yeah.
I think we all should bring a fucking generator. You got that one generator. I got 3 now.
Yeah.
I think, Greg, don't you got a generator?
Not anymore. No, I gotta get another one.
Well, we'll find some more before Rocks Fest.
Well,
I've been coming across them cheap as fuck, dude. I mean, even,
really just want to build one. I still really just want to build one of them big ones I was telling you about.
yeah, but we
Build
gotta
a
be able to
generator?
move around, you know?
Huh?
Build a generator?
Yeah.
It's not hard.
I know.
Like a generator big enough to like a backup generator for like a
Yeah.
hospital or something like
My
that.
buddy had made one that was a gasifier.
Well, after the show, we'll speak upon this. Just remind me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend of mine who, you know, Money's always talks to him, who has one of them big ass generators you hook to the back of a truck, like
Really?
we used to use in the water
It's like
department.
diesel, yeah.
Yeah.
Do whatever you
Well,
want.
actually,
with
it's gas, but
that. Oh, alright.
But I'm sure, I mean, for the right amount of money, and he isn't very picky, especially because I've known him forever, he might give it to us for a pretty decent price.
Well, we need to talk to him because we need a big ass generator. Period. Point blank. Big ass. So we
That'll
can.
definitely run our shit, I mean, with no problems.
Yeah, that's why I want to get a big ass one so we have no issues.
Now,
What about sound on that?
yeah, that's going to be one
Excellent.
issue.
I mean, you could run a big enough cord. You can run, a 300-foot extension
See,
cord.
that's
and
another
push
thing
it.
I did catch, though. I did get some industrial cords,
Yeah.
too.
Because especially
extension
running
cords.
super long distance, you know how hot they're gonna get.
Right. And then we lose energy to the, you know, the length of cord. I think that's what we had
Right.
problems last time. Ugh. You done with your little side fucking shit there?
They wouldn't even know I had side shit unless you said something.
I've seen your ass shaking like she was rubbing your tush. All right, so look, we got sidetracked on technical talk. So yeah, that's the autism show.
Yes.
It's coming up at the end of the month. We'll give you more details about it. You know, we should maybe do a little giveaway or some shit on that. We'll think about that. Talk about it afterward. Get enough support out there. Get a lot of people out there. At least get the awareness going on. So, anything else? We got them 3 shows. Nothing else going on? I think I might have touched on this last time, but I had a good buzz going on, so I'll remember. So I'm going to touch on this again now that Ricky's here. Do you know that I actually got hit with some racism? Very on the DL.
Yeah.
Twice. I did talk about this on the other show.
What'd you do?
The first time I didn't even notice it.
Uh-huh.
Jackie noticed it. Her and I went to, I believe, a Waffle House. I'm not saying Waffle House in particular. I'm not pointing out the trademark place. I'm just saying, a place that had waffles.
Right.
We were eating breakfast or ordering breakfast. Our food comes. We asked or Jackie asked for ketchup. She puts ketchup on everything.
All right.
For, I think it's scrambled eggs or hash browns
Weird,
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, very weird. But so the lady brings the ketchup and then looks at me and says, "Hot sauce?"
Yeah.
You want hot?
So where I come from, that's normal. Where I come, my particular community, neighborhood, whatever, that's normal. And I know you people out there are probably like, so she asked you if you want a hot sauce. Okay. Second time, I'm at another higher end restaurant. I think I was actually at a winery. And we ordered food. And whatever we had, Jackie did the same thing, ordered ketchup. And I wanted A1 for my steak.
Right.
And before I got to open my mouth, the lady looks at me and says, "Hot sauce?"
Are you fucking serious?
That time I caught it.
Eating steak at a winery? Yeah.
What was wrong was, apparently I was a little bit too tan for ketchup. Or A1. So their go-to was, he's some kind of colored person. They like hot sauce.
Is it gonna fit? Marco's overstocking over there. Forget that he's got shit in there.
Yeah. But, maybe stuff it sideways or something. We're trying to figure out how to add more beverages. Just
Put
drink
yours
quicker.
in there, since that's cold, and we'll just fill it up.
Yeah. Here, stop that, man. We figure it out.
Finger it out.
No, because we have that one because it's already cold.
Do you want to keep the cold one cold?
So yeah, I mean, that was pretty fucked up. Real fucked up. And then today, how you like this shit? This is the epitome of just fucking ignorant shit in the world. Like, not even my mom would be this fucking ignorant.
I don't know, man. I'll put much past your mom.
Look, I'm at Rally's today. Now, they just put a new Rally's. Now, we're not endorsing Rally's unless they want us to. So,
No, unless they paying us to.
Yeah.
whatever. I don't want them having a fit or somebody saying that we said their name and all that shit. But I'm in line. Go around to get my shit. Well, right in front of us is a car. And in front of them is a truck. The truck pulls forward. The car pulls forward. I move forward. Truck stops. Blocks the other car in. This big old white lady gets out of the fucking truck. Now, mind you, if you had an issue, especially at the drive-thru, you don't block the drive-thru, and you sure as fuck don't walk to the fucking window. This lady fucking stopped the dude who had just got his order, stuck her head like in between the car and the window, screamed at the girl to come to the window. The guy said, "Ma'am, your husband is blocking the drive-thru. Can you tell him to move?" She looked at him and was like, "He ain't fucking moving." So the dude got pissed and almost hit her. He fucking, just barely skirted around her. Now it's my turn. I'm in front of this lady while she's bitching out these kids through the fucking window over she got sweet tea and she ordered unsweet tea.
Are you fucking kidding? That's how people get shot over a hamburger.
Now, yeah, no shit. That is like instant road rage. Like, instant.
Yeah.
Especially when the window to walk up to is like 3 steps to the right. And there was barely anybody there. Why the fuck did you think you were somebody? And I'm fucking yelling at her too. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Get your big ass out of the fucking way. Oh my God. Just thought she was the fucking queen of the world.
You ain't shit.
Fucked up, dude. Fucked up. And ignorant white person.
Yeah.
That's a cracker.
of those.
That's a cracker. You know how some people say nigger? That isn't a racial. Well, a lot of times it isn't a racial thing. It's just because you're fucking ignorant. I've called many a white person a nigger.
Yeah.
That white person was a straight cracker, an ignorant fucking white person. Just cracker.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that was over a fucking sweet tea. Over a fucking sweet tea, dude. I'd have thrown a sugar packet right in her fucking face.
I've never worked fast food or that type of shit because I just know I will throw that shit in your face and walk away. Just fuck you.
See, the one good thing, and it's very weird because I grew up kind of poor, but
Yeah.
the work ethic in the home that I came up in, and it's fucked up, I'll tell you why. But, my grandfather worked steel mills and
Right.
shit. And before he
Trade.
worked steel mills, he was
Whatever.
manual. It was real deal, like, construction,
Yeah.
steel, shit like that. My grandma, she ran the bar because my grandparents owned bars. My mom, of course she was a kid. But growing up, like especially when I turned 15, I wanted a job or whatever.
Yeah.
I was not allowed to work at a McDonald's. I was not allowed to work at Burger King or Dairy Queen. I wasn't allowed to do fast food. And I'm not saying this wasn't my views, it was just the way I was brought up. But that was a woman's job.
Okay.
A man
Serving.
belongs in a factory. A man belongs, and that's just the way, I had a lot more money than my friends coming up, not because I was doing anything illegal, just because
You had a steel mill job and you're working 70
Right.
hours a week.
I had
Yeah, I know.
jobs,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
what
I'm saying?
like I said, I love horticulture. I wanted to go to school for horticulture. But what am I going to do? Get out of high school and go to work at a greenhouse for fucking minimum wage?
Yeah,
Nope.
You invent your own plant.
I already did that. Like, I've done all that. I've talked to the horticulture fucking teacher. It's like, yeah, you don't need to be here. Just,
Yeah, just go.
yeah.
Just go. But
Same thing. I mean, you got to do manual shit to get fucking decent money.
I guess the lowest form job that I had that even came close to the service industry, I bussed tables for maybe a week when my mom was a waitress because they needed somebody to bust tables.
Right.
I got paid pretty well for that week.
Yeah.
Now, I did run, and I'm sure Greg remembers this. I did run an oil change place. When Greg and I first met, we met at a car wash that we both worked at. And, I just so happened to end up, running the oil change place that was attached to it. I had this old man come in. Now, he had taken his car to Walmart. And this was back in the day, guys, like 20 years. So, Walmart used to have a particular way of marking their work. So they know, they did their shit.
Yeah.
So that's how I knew it came from Walmart. We used to hear horror stories about that place.
Still do.
Yeah.
So I'd go and do the oil change, and I tell the guy he needs a new screw because they stripped his screw out. A lot of times you could put a different one in, to catch the thread or whatever, but sometimes they fuck it. So I go in, I go back upstairs, and I tell the man, dude's maybe late 60s, early 70s, but decent shape, you know, one of them richier guys. And he's like, oh, I wasn't at Walmart, I'm not this and that. And look, sir, I'm just letting you know, Walmart has, you know, I told him, Walmart has a particular way of marketing their stuff. I'm not saying you're trying to, you know, get over on anybody. I'm just letting you know they fucked your fucking plug up. You fucked that plug up. Sir, I could fix it probably for you. I'm just letting you know. This old man had the nerve, and I'll never forget it. He was wearing like one of them ritzier polos that you golf in, like the pure white, the white, crispy, crisp white, and he had like the beige slacks on, and he had a white hat on. He turned his fucking hat around like he was gangster. Walked up on me, kind of, and he was like a good foot taller than me, and kind of just over me, just hung over me like he was punking me. Now, mind you, this was not in my calmer days.
Right.
I looked at him and I laughed. I was like, sir, I'm gonna let you know right now. I don't know what the fuck you thought you were doing, but you're not gonna. So then, before I got to finish what I was saying, I guess if you want to call it the manager of both things, Pam, who was a little lady, came
like
out and tried
80
to talk to
pounds.
him. And he started getting shitty with her. And I stopped. I was like, look, I'm going to fix your car. You're going to shut up. And if you don't like the service, don't come to fuck back. But I already got your money. Simple as that. And I don't know if somebody never talked to the old man like that before or what. He was just stuck there. But
That's funny.
that's where I have to admit, you know how I tell you that you got to learn to politely tell people to go fuck themselves? Yeah, I learned it there at the
We'll catch
place.
that, you know, doing shit for the moving company, and they'll want to hover and try to dictate your job. Or we had people that threw a hissy fit because we won't take off our shoes in the house. I don't care. We were in $2 million houses. We're not taking our fucking shoes off. We're moving heavy safes, and we're on fucking tile and shit. We're not doing it. You're gonna slip, bust your toe, bust your foot, whatever. And they did the same thing. Oh well, we weren't aware of all this. It's like, does that matter how we do our job?
Did you ask?
I guess, you know, maybe you could have had some little booties.
No, because you're on booties on tile and with hundreds of pounds
Yeah,
in your
you're right,
arm.
you're right,
You're on
you're
the
right.
ice skating rink. You know.
We don't usually say.
Yep. I mean, our shit's clean, so they can't say
Yeah, I
anything
mean,
about it.
Hey, it's a safety issue.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck can you do? I don't know how we went from autistic fucking headbanging to toes getting smashed, but, you know, it happens
What
like
the
that. Alright, so, what time is it? We're half hour in, we got the shit going. Alright, what do you want? You want to hit politics first? What you want to
Get him out of the way.
Huh?
Get him out of the way.
Alright. For those who are listening who don't like Donald Trump, you make sure you guys keep pushing for impeachment. And this is why, you morons. In order for our president to be impeached, not only does it take all of the, not Congress, but they're both Congress. There's the Senate and there's the House of Representatives. It takes all the House, the Democrats. But not only that, it takes 60 Republicans to push the impeachment. There is only one Republican that is against our president. But once you get your impeachment proceedings to go through, because you go to court or whatever, and once they don't have enough and don't have any fucking evidence, that's it. Congress can't say we want to investigate again. They can't bring up any other dirt. They can't bring up any subpoenas, everything. It's gone. You guys fucking lost the game. That is it. It is over. That's why Pelosi don't want to fucking do the impeachment, and why Nadler, as much as he's trying to go after investigation after investigation, he's like, no, we're not going to go to impeachment yet. We have to make sure everything's there. You guys know there ain't nothing there.
They just want time to cover their ass.
Right. You know, and in the meantime, excuse me. In the meantime, they're still not doing shit. They're trying to put these bullshit bills through that sound real good, but in the ass end of it, it's like, it's shit. Like, they just try to pass some thing for the dreamers again, but they're in that they want to take all the money away from the wall. Well, a judge already said that President Trump can use whatever fundage and move around whatever money. It's in his power. It's the law. He could do it.
It's not his job.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, there has to be oversight, but
his job is to run the country and
right.
figure out the budget.
So, I mean, this is just bullshit after bullshit. And because Pelosi is not pushing for impeachment, and this is going to fucking suck, but I believe next coming election, Pelosi is going to get booted, and that idiot AOC is going to end up becoming the Speaker of the House.
That'd be hilarious.
And what's really going to be funny is Mitch McConnell, that piece of shit, is going to be all against her. Because I'm sure he's thinking he's going to be the next, you know, chair, whatever, head of the House. And they're pulling up dirt on everybody. Cass wanted to pull up dirt on Trump. You don't pull up dirt on a dirty motherfucker. You know, we all knew before we elected President Trump that he was a businessman. No businessman follows every ethical rule. No businessman, everybody who owns their own business.
You have to think about it like this. It's not going to matter what his business was. Pull up all the dirt you want. And if they strike that nerve, who's going to back him up? Who's going to make all that shit disappear?
Exactly.
It's not going to matter. You're going to pull up something to argue whether or not it's true or not because there's no fucking evidence.
I would still like somebody. I would love to be able to talk to Don Lemon,
Right.
that dickhead. Because he seems to be the head talking fucking moron of all the media on that side of the aisle. I would love for Don Lemon to explain to me if the accusation, if I'm accused of something and there has been found that there's no evidence that they could prosecute me with,
It's slander now.
how did anything I do in that whole process become obstruction? If there is no charge, how can I obstruct something that wasn't there?
It's an investigation. Whether the evidence is there, the investigations are.
Well, they're saying that Trump, because he fired Comey, which everybody knows now is a fucking liar and was shady, he obstructed there. He obstructed supposedly because the Russians offered to help, and they were like, "Oh yeah, what do you got?" So all that summed it up. You know, his fucking son pretty much asked them what do they have. They said they have dirt on Hillary. They never went any further with it. You know, and even it's in the Mueller report. There was quite a few times that Russians offered to help Trump's campaign, and they turned him down. You know, then that whole thing when he was in his campaign, he told, "Hey, WikiLeaks, why don't you get release the email?" That was supposedly obstruction and collusion. Really?
You see, you're just throwing shit at a wall and nothing's gonna stick.
Yeah, that's
Which is
weak
why.
sauce. Weak sauce. And then Mueller comes out and says, "Well, we didn't find anything, but if we thought that President Trump was, or if we found that President Trump was innocent, we would have said so." Yeah, well, look at the other side of that coin. If you'd have found President Trump guilty, you'd have said so. The only thing you did, dickhead, was open the door for more and more of the Democrats not doing a fucking thing for the next 4 years that President Trump is going to be president.
Yeah.
I mean, simple as that. Even in the math, President Trump could be the worst piece of shit in the world.
It does.
With 20 fucking people running, that guarantees President Trump wins.
Here's your logic. everybody voted for Bush twice.
Yeah.
There's your logic.
Yep.
So whoever comes in presidency now, you're going to have 2 terms, whether you're the worst president ever, in and out of office, and you'll never see them there again.
And then the shit with fucking HRC. Dude, I would love to know. There's gotta be, on the surface, the dumb shit, like the foundation and the Uranium One shit,
Yeah.
and the Benghazi shit. All right, those were big things, but those are some of the furthest things from people's minds now. I don't know about the Benghazi thing. There's a lot of people still fucked up over that. That's what the Black Hawk Down, she just left motherfuckers there to die. That one still touches a nerve. But everything else is pretty much forgotten about. Why?
Why is it forgotten about?
Exactly.
Because they come up with fake news to just keep dumping more garbage on top of people's shit.
There's gotta be something more. There's gotta be an underlying, like, and when I do, try to follow anything on HRC, it goes to weird places, and I don't really want to, kind of put that out there because then it goes into conspiracy shits. But there has to be something that nobody's putting out there. That bitch gotta have, like, she got more power than almost anybody, dude. That bitch is almost like the fucking queen.
Yeah.
How?
She's been in the game for 30 fucking years.
And then if you look up, look into anything on Bill was just a stoner fucking, he was a walking penis with a blunt. That's all Bill was. Even when they said that Hillary had ties to that pedophile island,
yeah,
and so did Bill. Like, Bill was supposedly on the beach there. Reporters said, he's not the one that you got to be looking at. He was sitting on the beach getting high. He didn't have any kind of doings with any kids. I'm sure he knew about it, but no kind of doings with any kind of kids. He was just sitting on the beach getting high.
Yeah.
His whole fucking time that he was running Arkansas, and he was running, she put on this little facade like she was the goody-goody little homegirl or whatever.
What's her maiden name?
Is it Rodham?
Huh.
But, on the conspiracy end of it, now I'm saying the conspiracy end because there's some evidence, but there's some that's not. I've seen this. I'm gonna talk about this too. That's weird that they sent me this. The conspiracy theory behind it is that she is supposedly a witch. Now, when they first got into office, she did have some famous pagan, maybe Satanist, whatever, was given her, no less. I wouldn't say like readings, but kind of like
Foretellings.
yeah, shit like that. For quite some time.
Right.
Not only that, but in recent news, like within the past couple of years, she was tied into the Pizzagate scandal.
Right.
And now that we're talking about all this, she's now tied into, and apparently I think this was actually the chick she was in the video with. If not, there's a video that was going around for a quick minute that actually supposedly was HRC, and I'm not sure, but I think it's this chick I'm about to talk about next, brutally torturing a girl, and then killing her, pretty much. And then afterward, there was a ceremony where the blood was put in, whatever the fuck.
But see,
but it was a fucked up video. You hear the screams, you hear them talking and all that shit.
What's that? That's like all those underground.
It was almost like a snuff film thing.
Like it wants to. I don't want to say that word, but
now this out of nowhere came out this. Well, I don't know if it came out this morning. I seen it this morning. Kirsten Gillibrand. She's one of the, I believe, Democrats running for president. She was found to have ties to that pedogate, well, a pedophile cult. I'm not sure if it's the pedogate one. This one's called Next. Let me grab my glasses here. Ooh, excuse me. This cult is called Nexium. And it is a pedophile sex cult. And the whistleblower on that is Frank Parlato. And he, I guess, was working for Nexium for quite some time. He bailed on them. It's a company slash, the company's like a front.
Yeah.
And they said that Gillibrand was very high up in their little cult thing going on there. And then lo and behold, they show pictures of Gillibrand and HRC. And something about Gillibrand's dad might be related to HRC's people or some shit like
I'm
that.
sure they're all related. That's one of those things where you start finding out that they're all related, or their grandparents
Well,
fucking live next door to each other. Just stupid shit.
All the presidents except Trump
Yeah.
are related, or bloodline goes back to Dracula.
Yeah, well, see,
Vlad the
that's the
Impaler.
thing, too. When you start talking to these other ones that said they all went to school together, like,
Well, a lot of them did.
they're handpicked and reformed, and they're puppets.
And that's the problem with. Well, see, I think they did that with Bill,
Yeah.
and they realized that Bill was dumber than GW.
Yeah.
So Hillary kind of.
Hey, chick, you want
stepped up.
yeah, take care of his paperwork?
But yeah, I mean, just like GW,
Yeah.
if you follow that line back a little bit,
Yeah.
it hits Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
GW might
Yeah.
not, or is it GW's
It's like his
mother, or was it Senior's mother? I think it's Senior's mother.
Yeah.
Like those, they might not even be Bushes. They might be Crowleys, because their grandmother was pretty much a
Part of
buddy
it.
of Aleister Crowley's,
Yeah.
and was into all that Satanist shit.
Well,
Crazy shit.
the crazy shit is if they're still about that, and on top of their, that secret society, I don't want to say.
I would think,
You know.
honestly, just in reality, just
Okay.
straight up reality. As a person, no alternative thinking,
Okay.
just a straight fucking regular American person who doesn't believe in any of that bullshit. Logic would tell you. I mean, it's just like me in the comic book or gods or whatever. Logic tells you, if your ancestors were performing certain rituals or doing certain things for hundreds of years,
Yes.
and you still haven't got that fucking result yet, that is some bullshit.
Yeah.
If you did a fucking from all the research and all the shit that I've done with witchcraft and all that stuff, you do a spell, you expect the result within 24 hours. If you don't
You know
get
what
that-
you're doing pretty
Right.
much.
If you don't get that, and you're supposedly sacrificing and torturing and this and in that and all this other horse shit.
Well, see, this is
You
where
know-
you get back to, the fear and loathing adrenochrome.
Well,
Same thing, like I said, with the Mayans.
there's a lot of weird shit popping up with that too. The
It's
adrenochrome.
because it's always existed.
Well, not
it
so much
backs
in
up-
people though.
In what, animals?
Like,
There's crazy stories of people harvesting it from animals.
well, no, animals doing it. I've just noticed this lately.
Oh,
Like,
I got a perfect example. A cat and mouse.
yes.
A cat will sit there and play with the mouse to get the chemicals pumped up in
to
it
scare
and
it
eat the
then-
brain.
Right. Actually, the ones that I've seen do it, they just suck the blood out of the brain, pretty much where the pineal gland is,
Right.
and take a bite out of their gut. But I think the bite out the gut is the fucking kill thing, and then they do the whole brain shot.
Yeah.
But I only seen that a couple times when I was little, when we had a bunch of cats.
Yeah.
Recently,
Okay.
I'm noticing a lot more animals doing it. Like, my cats did it. Like, my cats that I have now done it. My dogs have done it.
Uh-huh.
I've seen other dogs do it and other animals do it. Like, very weird. Like,
As household animals, I would have to put it to malnutrition. Nutrition. Evolutions of malnutrition, and no matter what, they're still going to seek that. However we consume our food, the end result is we need to eat chemicals.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if an animal is going to do that, it's the same reason a dog eats grass. To throw up because he knows he needs to do that.
I've never seen a dog eat grass to throw up. I know a
Are you-
lot of
what?
dogs like sweet grass.
You ever see a dog eat grass?
Yeah, all the time.
That's to sour the stomach to make him throw up.
See, I was always taught that they had a bellyache, and that's what they...
To make him throw up.
I've never seen a...
Well, whether they
none
have
of
their
our dogs
belly
throw
ache
up.
or... Oh, yeah, I've always seen that.
It's up
Check
there.
that out.
Losing my fucking food. Great way to start this.
Yeah, I've never seen, not once, a fucking dog throw up.
Like, research
from
that,
grass.
because that's what I was always under assumption. Like,
See, it was the other way around for me. Like, I've always was taught that fucking dogs eat the grass because their belly hurts and it helps them. And certain dogs like the sweet grass. We're going to take a 10-minute break?
all right.
Alrighty. So, I guess, we got another guest. I don't know if she's staying, but on the show. And we will be back in 10 minutes to get everything situated. I got burger all up in my nose. Or some kind of processed food. Dude, I'm on... After that video earlier, man, it fucked me up. Alright, so we're going to take 10?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, cut that shit off.
Shorty gonna ride with me. Sweet, all nigga really need to keep me focused. Shorty gonna ride with me. Well, I know to y'all don't mean much. Smoke a lot when no one's around. Smoke it up, smoke it up, smoke it. And I connect if I don't mean that you hold them up and burn them by the pound. We burn them up, oh yeah. We burn them up. Said I smoke on it every single day, oh yeah. Let's burn it all to be all the best. On these pine cones till they fade away. We be on Vegas on 5 in the morning when I wake up. Can you please legalize medical? No seeds or no stems in my drawer. Mama know I'm smoking. Shorty gonna ride with me. Sweet, all nigga really need to keep me focused. Shorty gonna ride with me. We be leaving it up to me. We getting blow. Push all the bush, loud on the paddock, caviar, don't matter what I'm saying. I'm smoking, gonna ride with me. The favorite strain that I smoke, Imperial cookie dough. Getting blazed on my mind, haze in my ride. For the things I can roll by my side. Happy silver and gold, OG diesel I smoke. We getting blow. Mama know I'm smoking. Shorty gonna ride with me. Sweet, all nigga really need to keep me focused. Shorty gonna ride with me. We be leaving it up to me. We getting blow. Push all the bush, loud on the paddock, caviar, don't matter what I'm saying. I'm smoking, gonna ride with me. Hey, like I ain't on 1, 2, 3 pop. Like I ain't finna bust when my homeboy make the fucking beat drop. Bustin' the cap and the whack when I'm rapping, you really need to trust in the fact that I'm back and I'm slapping the industry for ducking the cap when he rap with the passion. When I'm in this piece, I'm crushing the fashion. Like I ain't never ate in this game. Like I ain't never seen her have me some big things. Like I ain't been around the world and with so many different girls and kinky parties that it can lift the spirit of Rick James. Like I ain't a fixture and never knew Twister and never did music for the Alpha Dog picture. Like I never script the pledge in the scripture. I had a hit song by my own liquor mixture. Do it like I wasn't a starter, that wasn't a Carter. Wheezy wasn't an order, my cousin the water. Feezy nothing was barter but busting and touching the heart of people that's loving the heart of stuffing no charter. Pleasies like I never got signed. Not a one, not a two, but 3 times. Like I never did get the cheddar or see shine. Like a sleep time for peeps mine. No T9 like if these rhymes really never ever happened. Till right now like pow, I got it cracking with the pen and pad without no backing. Trying to stack and get action and pull the cash in is the way that I'm rapping. Like I ain't rich, like I ain't show. Not a near record platinum and there go. Like I ain't drip, like I ain't froze. Like I ain't made $250,000 for a show. Like I ain't big, like I ain't huge. Like I ain't shit, like I ain't paid dues. Like I ain't full, like I ain't cool. Like I ain't built an empire in the zoo. Like I ain't toured with the J-Rock, with the homie K-Dot. Like I ain't never had the allure for the pay slot. Stressing, like I didn't step in the session with the 7. Never guessing the effing cure is the spray thoughts. Like I never had a shot or a song with the white guy Dre got. Like I didn't have a lay lock. Never went on a set of ballers with Mr. Baywatch. Like I didn't meet Trav yet. Like I never had assets. Bad with the pin but never cash checks. Rapping like I ain't even close to having the bag yet. Like I'm trying to be the best up in this hip-hop. And do a track with the king of Atlanta tip top. Then turn around and go switch it up and do big rock. Trying to ride all the way up to my homie and Slipknot. I get chill. Like I never heard fans yell it. Not the calm, not the worst, even angelic. Before they told me that I can't sell it. Before I went to the reunion, the fam nearly. Like I didn't have this new watch. And it never would tick and never do talk. Like I'm rapping myself into learning brew hops. Rapping like I ain't never did a record with Tupac. Like I ain't rich, like I ain't show. Not a near record platinum and there go. Like I ain't drip, like I ain't froze. Like I ain't made $250,000 for a show. Like I ain't big, like I ain't huge. Like I ain't shit, like I ain't paid dues. Like I ain't full, like I ain't cool. Like I ain't built an empire in the zoo. Like I ain't skipping my job yet. Like this is the process. Trying to get from the project. So I spit like I got next. And I trip a few objects. Like I'm itching to fly tech. Whipping in kitchens with Pyrex. To the mission that God said. For me ripping these quick and will not rest. Like no flipping technician is obsessed. Like I didn't know when I was dropping. Independent music I wasn't topping. And all the bad bitches wasn't jocking. I rap like I didn't know I do a record with Hobson. They call me Tekanina, I'ma shoot this. If you dissing, you really don't wanna do this. Niggas wanna try me, then you're gonna lose it. I rap like I never did a record with John Lucas. Hungry. Like I never knew Mastros. Like I didn't know Trey was an asshole. Like I didn't have a stash full of cash flow. Rapping like I am back in the past with my afro. Like I never ever knew Strange would put the name Tech 9 in my shoestrings. Like I didn't know I was spitting the butane. And I grew fame with the homie Bobby and 2 Chainz. Like I ain't rich, like I ain't show. Not a near record platinum and there go. Like I ain't drip, like I ain't froze. Like I ain't made $250,000 for a show. Like I ain't big, like I ain't huge. Like I ain't shit, like I ain't paid dues. Like I ain't full, like I ain't cool. Like I ain't built an empire in the zoo. Like I ain't. Strange music. 2019 and beyond, baby. This shit crazy. Check that out, baby.
I think too much. I'm a little bit paranoid. I think I'm breaking. Maybe it's in my blood. Got a pain that I can't ask me, I just tell them that I'm fine. Try to hide my demons, but they only multiply. Keep me running from the voices on repeat inside my mind.
Everybody fucking hates you.
I guess I never noticed, but we keep creeping in. My enemy emotion, but I can't understand. I say I'm feeling hopeless, but no one's listening. But no one's listening. No one's listening.
Yeah, nigga, I'm still fucking with you. Still waters run deep. Still Snoop Dogg and D.R.E. 9-9, nigga. Guess who's back? Still doing that shit, Andre? Oh, for sure. Yeah. Check me out.
It's still Dre Day, nigga. AK, nigga. Though I've roamed a lot, can't keep it home a lot. Cause when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say Dre fell off. How, nigga, my last album was The Chronic. They wanna know if he still got it. They say raps changed. They wanna know how I feel about
If
it.
you ain't up on things,
Dr. Dre is the name, I'm ahead of my game. Still puffin' my leaf, still fuck with the beats. Still not loving police. Still rock my khakis with a cuff and a crease. Still got love for the streets, reppin' 213. Still the beats bang, still doing my thing. Since I left, ain't too much change.
still, I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still,
Hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
still taking my time to perfect the beat. And I still got love for the streets. It's the
I'm
D.R.E.
representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still,
Hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
still taking my time to perfect the beat. And I still got love for the streets. It's the D.R.E. Since the last time you heard from me, I lost some friends. Well, hell, me and Snoop, we dipping again. Kept my ear to the streets. Signed Eminem. He's triple platinum, doing 50 a week. Still, I stay close to the heat. And even when I was close to defeat, I rose to my feet. My life's like a soundtrack, I wrote to the beat. Street rap like Cali weed, I smoke till I'm sleep. Wake up in the AM, compose a beat. I bring the fire till you're soaking in your seat. It's not a fluke, it's been tried, I'm the truth. Since turn out the lights from the world-class wrecking crew, I'm still at it, after mathematics. In the home of drive-bys and acmatics. Swap meets, sticky green and bad traffic. I dip through, then I get through the
I'm
D.R.E.
representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still,
Hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
still taking my time to perfect the beat. And I still got love for the streets. It's the
I'm
D.R.E.
representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still,
Hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
still taking my time to perfect the beat. And I still got love for the streets. It's the D.R.E. It ain't nothing but mo hot shit. Another classic CD for y'all to vibe with. Whether you're coolin' on the corner with your fly bitch, lay back in the shack, play this track. I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world. Still,
Hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
I'll break your neck, damn near put your face in your lap. Niggas try to be the king, but the ace is back.
So if you ain't up on things,
Dr. Dre be the name, still running the game, still got it wrapped like a mummy.
Still ain't tripping, love to see young blacks get money. Spend time out the hood, take their moms out the hood. Hit my boys off with jobs, no more living hard. Barbecues every day, driving fancy cars. Still gon' get mine regardless.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's the D.R.E.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's the D.R.E.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's the D.R.E.
Right back up in your motherfucking ass. 9-5 plus 4 pennies. Add that shit up. D.R.E. Right back up on top of things. Smoke some with your dog. No stress, no seeds, no stems, no sticks. Some of that real sticky, icky, icky. Ooh, wee. Put it in the air. Boy, use a fool, D.R.
Just a young nigga moving on the asphalt trying to get a pack off. So one day I went crazy, mixed weed in the pills and the liquor followed up with the bath salt. Started tripping, now I'm skizzing while I'm sitting in the room with the pistol to my head with the lead belt. I don't care what you care about. If you got your head inflated, I'm the nigga that'll air it out. Some niggas rap, but they flow been missing. All I do is keep it real and let my soul pay. Baby never chose no religion, so there's no saint in them. If I'm talking to the demons, where's the Lord faith in them? I'm a cold case, kill him, there is no trace in him. I'ma take the body with me, now he's cold plate dripping. There is no space given to you folks, fake fretting. I'm a venom for a funeral, the flow stay flipping. Niggas think I went Hollywood, they probably wouldn't. I be pushing, so it's hard for me to ever stay stagnant. And it seems that my dream turn realities to happiness and actually help a nigga make it on the map. I'm sitting sicker than the sickest niggas in your clique. I'm only getting harder by the second. Face facts when all you niggas faking can't stand your perpetration. What you playing with your life and you would never get it back. All the pain I've been through made my heart cold. No love in me feeling like a dark soul. Double up on the work just to leave my mark on the hustle all day. So I wasn't in the hard school. When I really hit the struggle, I was looking niggas for the arcos. They don't really want me to start though. Got me feeling dead like a nigga living park on. With these demons screaming at me, welcome to the dark throne. Wish that I could be the same nigga that I was when I first got started. But now everything changed, I can never be sane or the same in the margin. If they catch me slipping, trying to pin me for the murders, I will never get a party. Turn a good guy, you feel like I'm working with the diva that made me cold hearted. Wish that I could be the same nigga that I was when I first got started. But now everything changed, I can never be sane or the same in the margin. If they catch me slipping, trying to pin me for these murders, I will never get a party. Turn a good guy, evil like I'm working with the diva that made me cold hearted. My trust gone, kicked it like a bad habit. I bet these niggas wanna kill me, tell them have at it. Tell them why it's no sleep, I'm a cash addict. Being real will get you hated, I be past average. Had some niggas that was on me, turn their backs on me. Double back cause they saw I had some stacks on me. Didn't know that I was bailing with the strap on me. Popping like balloons when they ran up with the mask on me. Like, don't you know I'm twisted with friction like Alan Richards. When all you niggas are faking, I level my competition. So miss me with all that vision. I did it without a picture, my vision left me the picture. You niggas can get the business. Fuck rap, I ain't waiting on the contract. I bet you niggas say it's so for a bomb pack. I make your bitch get low like she gon' flat. She'll be down 10 toes, get her own track. I ain't got the time to be waiting, look out the hourglass. Cold as a glacier, my nature be like the Taliban. Look where they created, they hate it but want an autograph. Tired of the fakers for fakes and niggas don't want a man. Keep it original, reaching residual daily. Hit a new pinnacle, stick with medicinal wave. Can't see me in physical, spiritual niggas, so pay me. When I'm from Chester, these bullets turn melons to gravy. Been in my them can kill him, I'm striking the dome. Walk to the fire and tell the devil I'm home. Hang with the demons and angels claiming the throne. I'm out of this world whenever I get in my zone. Sicker than all of the rappers rapping, you know, doing damage on cannabis, passing up past me a bowl. Underrated, but taking the break it down on my foes. So respect and check and making messes out of you, ho. Wish that I could be the same nigga that I was when I first got started. But now everything changed, I can never be same, the same in the margin. If they catch me slipping, trying to pin me for the murders, I will never get a party. Turn a good guy, you feel like I'm working with the diva, then it made me cold hearted. Said I could be the same nigga that I was when I first got started. But now everything changed, I can never be same, the same in the margin. If they catch me slipping, trying to pin me for these murders, I will never get a party. Turn a good guy, evil like I'm working with the diva, then it made me cold hearted.
You can stress for success, then success came. Now the stress is a mess on a set game. How you make it out the set, then the set change. I push rhymes like a rap just to get game. Some niggas hate you to death when you get fame. Nigga used to be my dog till the vet came. Now I got an ice box up under my chest plate. Put the 40 pound to your chest like it's chest day. Let's pray. Dear God, I've been trying to escape. All the demons on me got me waiting on my next break. Feeling like at any minute I could raise the death rate. I've been on my Jasons, take them in the death race. Amen. Pedal to the medals when his death came. Been there, done that. I'ma be the next train. How you think a nigga got it poppin' for the dead gang? Overseas trying to push it forward like exchange. Shit, I'm racking from the east to the west gang. Middle of the map is where this fucking triple threat came. All a nigga did was do drugs, I would get drained. Pop another hydro, cause I so expect pain. How we gotta like minds when I got a dead brain? I ain't in my right mind, never had a left brain. Too many niggas be hating on me, that's how I'ma get dames. They should give me neck, now your hoe need a neck brace. Checkmate, king shit moving like a chess game. Everybody else need to move into the next lane. Cold hearted, what the fuck is heartburn? Chest pain, doc thought he broke the stethoscope. Let me explain, try to slip on these red J's, you get 0 kilometers. You in a dead space like an emo astronomer. Cause I get hate, I got the heat on the monitor. I'm cold hearted nigga, I don't need no thermometer.
Said I could be the same nigga that I was when I first got started. But now everything changed, I can never be same, the same in the margin. If they catch me slipping, trying to pin me for the murders, I will never get a party. Turn a good guy, you feel like I'm working with the diva, then it made me cold hearted. Wish that I could be the same nigga that I was when I first got started. But now everything's changed, I can never be same, the same in the margin. If they catch me slipping, trying to pin me for these murders, I will never get a party. Turn a good guy, evil like I'm working with the diva, then it made me cold hearted.
The homie asked me why I ain't been to church lately. I told him it's a thin line between pimping and preaching. You feel me? 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 You feel me?
You with your head in the clouds, you've been running around on the tidetropes you found in the minds of the weak. You seek to speak with fire on your tongue, flames on your lungs. Your bow has stung many a sweetheart.
When rock come back, the moon, I'm yelling none too. If God was black, then the devil was too. What's my son at? I will not lunge back to the I once asked. I'm a rebel unmoved. I watch some act and the hell is young move. And I've done that, but I'm telling the youth to not jump at the rim what everyone do. And God, what have we let it come to? The textbooks that everyone use, it's all full of lies like in every school. I'm talking about the Bible that societies will print out by variety and hide and seek everyone's truth. So if it is what I believe, I hold the word inside of me. It's all like verbal side of me. I said it was too. And woke is what you try to be, but Lucy got you out of sleep and knows the Bible wiser than your reverend, huh, fool? Now everybody's searching for your true form, something to worship and do more. But what he did to you was true war. White, black, yellow, blue, or a red being with 2 horns. Guard your newborns, cause when you're lost in a huge storm, and all you have is your memory of enemies that use war, will be a truth until you're gone. Imagine how it would feel to be revealed to you that you're wrong. The beloved ballad of Babylon, written way before cuneiform the radio on no Amazon. Could decode the text, we know what's next. Those who pose a threat on the motherland we travel on. I pray for wisdom, Lord, give me more, and lead me not to temptation with Satan's in many forms. How many weapons can a nigga form when he use everything against me? I said this when I saw him.
Blame your own. You don't wanna hear that, hang the phone up when I say you're in the danger zone. Cause God and the devil play the Game of Thrones. I would rather reign in my lane alone and be the same, just a famous clone. If you say the devil is a liar, better change your tone. Cause I spit fire and the flames are grown. Tell me this, don't you think it's odd? People kill each other in the name of God. If you preach hate, then they apply. Seems like the whole religion thing's a fraud, a heinous job. Mainly to maim and rob and try to tame like you trained a dog. Now how many claim the squad? All the strangers nod, cause they're down with the brain and mob. What's the definition of a devilish deed? Selling salvation for a hell of a fee. If I don't tie, like it's hella get me. No relevancy, just malevolent greed meant to benefit thee. People on top, could the evil just stop? God set of displeased. That's when I heard a voice say, you already know this is pit game elementary. Not saying all church is bad and it's a worthless fad, but take a look under the surface, lad. Some people be the first to grab at anything, thinking it'll save them when it is the worst to have. You gotta watch for the devil, preying on the weak, those in need, and the ones who wanna be free. It could be anybody, gotta keep your third eye open. It could even be me.
Scraped it all and forgot to pray. Will hell be where I'm off to blaze for an eternity? Cause if so, religion, I'ma walk away. I've seen awful ways that all correlates with these wars, and many die for their mark of praise. To turn beast was a mark to say. Lord, I put down my cross today. I woke up and I lost my faith. I mean, how would you feel when you grow up in church and you're certain it's too real? Watch the family kick out like a few bills, and the church done upgraded, done made about 2 mil, and your bro can't afford to eat 2 meals, and they tell you the price that you do still, just to find out that others want you killed. Rather take a blue cross and a blue shield. The devil got me shooting my neighbor for not sharing beliefs. I'm using my banger, producing my anger. The serpent that came in my yard is enjoying the fruits of my labor. Looking at my lady like you cannot save her, but she'll be the heroine who is my taker. I don't wanna get used to my haters. Finally produce on my wages. What if God was one of us? I'll take that verse. Just a ooh-wee. No, I can't say that word. I put love in the universe and make that hurt. I'm just a vessel for the creator, so take that curse you all try to consume me with. If we're made in God's image, then label me a humanist. And if rap is the way that I'm proving it, then why they all calling it the devil music then? I'm like... For your death, so you pray to Jesus. Amazing, you wasted your days away. You changed today, the same thing, brains and pieces. All for changing things, but you can't pay leases. I push through the streets in my fake Adidas. What I'm crazy, but you the same person that believes that a snake talked to Eve in the Garden of Eden. Believing BS above if you want, but help was only created to people in society become the fear it. And every time I talk about religion, people get too offended. So I don't mention cause people don't want to hear it. Hearing the spirits. And I don't mean to brush a bubble, but I never understood why he looked like me. When in Revelation chapter 1 verse 14, that motherfucker said the blood looked like me. The way you walk between mama need ID. It's funny how you people all change your faces. Brainy braces, time, but you stay sedated. And I ain't never really seen amazing graces. And I ain't never really seen the change in paces. Fuck if you think that I can't relate with staying wasted days in a hotel naked, looking up into the heaven thinking why I'm hated. Another day, another letdown trip. Homie just lost his house and his kids. That's real. Some days I look up in the mirror and think I don't really want to live. And with so many different types of religion and different type of repenting, how about to even pick? I mean, someone tell what it really is. It's a thin line between pimping and preaching.
Now it's that puff ass shit, Cheech and Chong grass shit, blunts to the head, cush pillows, no mattress, speedboat traffic, bitches automatic, cross that line, fuck around and get your ass kicked. We roll shit and burn slow as fucking molasses, probably won't pass it, smoke it till the last hit, down to the ashes. Mary J, a bad bitch, Andre 3001, another classic. Go ahead, ask them, bitches about how I be smoking out. Party all night, yeah, it's going down. Quarter rounds, we smoking quarter pound of that good stuff. Oh yeah, we smoking all night. Yeah, puff past that shit right here, nigga, better than my last batch. Caramel complexion and that ass fat. Exhale, exhale, exhale. I know you're trying to get high, but shit to how you inside. Take a
focus on where I am. Back throwback, still I had a pound in my backpack. Next to where the swishers at, smoking presidential. Got some bubba, I give you that. Need it for my cataracts. 4 hoes and I'm the pimp in my Cadillac. You can tell them Cali back. Matter of fact, they gon' know this ain't drunk. Get a whiff of that. No, it ain't no seeds in my sack. You ain't never gotta ask, dog, what he smoking on. Shit, kush to my mind gone. What you think I'm on? Eyes low, I'm blown. High as a motherfucker. You ain't no question about it. Niggas say smoke me out. Yeah, I really doubt it. I'm Bob Marley, reincarnated, so faded. So if you want it, you know your nigga homie. You can put it in a bag or a blunt and get blunted. Exhale, 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 exhale. Oh, I know you're trying to get high. Type of shit to how you live inside me. Take a whip for this suicide. I laugh because I got it all day. No need to fly to Jamaica. For the ganja, we can get the same thing. You want the bomb, I'm biggie. I laugh my nigga. Right here in LA.
Ain't that kush we blow on the best smoke? Inhale slow, no joke. Make your ass choke. Hold up, ready to you can go and put it back. It's what you got in your sack. Oh, it ain't that kush we blow on the best smoke. Inhale slow, no joke. Make your ass choke.
Alright, so I guess we're on fucking dope dealer time. That was 10-minute break.
Definitely was. 10 minutes.
Yep.
I counted them.
But yeah, it's all good. So, the last of the political shit. I don't know if you people fucking realize. I noticed how quick it came up and then got shut down on the regular media. Motherfucking Joe Biden. You know, because he's pretty much the front runner. You know, if there's going to be anybody.
He's a poster child for creepiness, that's all.
Yeah, this, creepy Uncle Joe.
Yeah.
I bet you never touched Michael, though. Michael Obama.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways, apparently, now this comes from John Solomon, the fucking, bigwig at
Cold.
Oh, okay.
Pour it in there and then pour some of that in there. I'll stick it in the freezer.
The bigwig at the, what the fuck? It's one of the big New York fucking newspapers, The Hill.
Okay.
He's one of their main contributors. He was the one who actually investigated this. First of all, Biden is all against Trump and the China shit.
Yeah.
The tariffs. You know why? Because Biden got a lot of shit going on in China.
So he's gonna lose a bunch of money.
Yes. He had all this shit in the fucking makings while he was while he was vice president. Now, there's a big shit going on about supposedly was it Jared Kushner or was it Don Jr., who supposedly had this meeting or whatever with a Russian, whatever the fuck that was supposed to be, some campaign bullshit. Well, anyways, that was all found to be pretty much shit. But nobody's talking about Joe Biden's son not only fucking up over in the UK and Joe Biden using his vice president status to fix a fucking a court, jury, whatever the fuck you want to call it over there in the UK, so his son wouldn't go to fucking jail. But he did it over in fucking China too. His son's over there fucking, everything that they keep blaming Trump for, Biden and his son have been doing. And it's just getting blown right over. It's fucked up.
Well,
and
gotta.
I just don't. Again, I would love to talk to Don Lemon because I want to hear his idiotic answer. what has Russia really done? Honestly, in the past 20 years, against the United States, what has Russia really done? A lot? Well, give me something.
I'll have to try to find it, but they are still pissed off, obviously, from the Cold War, Soviet Union, all that bullshit. The last thing that blew my mind was this our documentary of a underground KGB meeting, current, and the manifest list that they had going for the last 30 years to take over and do mind control, to do population control, to subliminal imaging in the media. I feel like they're still just planning to make their strike.
So to sum up everything you just said, Russia is America, only a little bit poorer and has an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But-
what the fuck, honestly, as a
mean-
country themselves, what has Russia really done wrong to us that we have not done? You got to take into consideration everything the United States does. I love my country. I'm a patriot.
Yeah,
but,
I'm not
you know,
saying they're right or wrong either way. It's
Right,
just,
so now,
they're all about the same anymore.
do you know what the Communist Party of China's motto is?
Mm-mm.
Their motto is to take down the, what do they call us? Not the socialists, not the capitalists.
Yeah.
To take down capitalist America and take over. That is their motto. Not only has China had that in their sets, they've also boosted up their fucking military to 3 times our size. It may not be as, well now, you know, the new China army might be more advanced, but even the older, you know, less advanced Chinese army was 3 times our size. So no matter how many times we shot them, they still kept coming. That's how we fucked up in Vietnam. Them little bastards were coming out of everywhere. No matter how skilled our guys were, no matter what technology we had,
My
they
grandpa
kept coming
said the
out
best
like roaches.
stories when he was in Korea. Exactly that. They had so many there's so many people, and they had less guns than people. So the first wave goes, whoever dies. The second wave, you run up, grab a gun, and keep going. The third wave, go up, grab a gun, keep going.
You know, they were fighting with fucking ninja swords and katanas.
Yeah, well, you know,
a
a hole in the ground, a stick will fuck somebody up. So,
yeah, I mean,
you know, bash it with a rock, it never fails.
You can't, and I have to admit, the United States and Russia's pretty good at it too, but not as good as the U.S. The U.S.'s military has been able to adapt to almost every country's style.
Yeah.
You know, you got, when they were in Nam, you know, that was jungles and shit and rice paddies. When they were in Korea, that was more rice paddies and you know, flat ground. When they were in the litter box, or they're still in the litter box, you know, that's sand. You got to learn how to blend in and deal with the heat and shit like that.
Yeah, we have the technology. It's just they're so established in their native
Right.
ground.
It's not even about the technology. Because
I'm saying that technology is the only reason why we didn't lose our ass in every single case.
Right.
You
'Cause
know,
in
we
the end,
kind of
at
buffer
the end,
it.
The bigger gun kind of.
Yeah,
you know,
but you know.
But as far as fighting military skills or whatever,
Yeah.
China got us fucked if we got to go over there.
Oh, go look at like Germany and like Russia. Even the Germans have some of the best like hand-to-hand people in the fucking world.
Well, and you saw, see, Germany, I feel Germany was more on the technological end. They do got some badass hand-to-hands. I believe the best hand-to-hand is in the litter box. That Krav Maga, that's some off-the-wall shit. I watched it.
Yeah, absolutely. Krav Maga is fucking
destroy
yeah.
an
And
MMA
that's
fighter,
one
dude.
thing that is so shitty. Our military is not trained for that. They're
No,
trained for
they're-
long range, called in and blow up its head.
our
You know.
like when I was in the service in boot camp, they trained you hand to hand, but
it's basic hand to hand.
To me, it was very Americanized.
Right.
It isn't so much basic hand to hand.
Okay.
You know, but it's Whereas, like, if you go to a particular martial art, or if you go to a particular fighting style,
Well, just like
that
simple
that is that. But this is more like, you have your basic up down swings with your knife.
Yeah.
You can only, hurt somebody with a knife in, I think it was 4 different ways, in the way you're fucking holding your knife.
Okay.
So, your fucking strikes with your knife have to be.
It has to be technique.
Pow. Your hand to hand. And it's a lot of mental. It's like, why the fuck would you, like, you were never, when we were being taught, you were never allowed to lose a step. You could go forward in a fight.
Yeah.
Even if you're getting fucking cranked in the face. You do not go backwards. You do not lose ground.
That's that shit. That's that technique shit that it's not
but
right.
to me, if I could drop back for a second and just...
That's street fighting. You already know. He comes in, you go back, you come back.
Right, and a lot of times, that street fighting is what saves your ass.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know that I could fucking stab somebody in the throat if I go this way. But, I'm going to tell this fucking dude in front of me, hey, turn your neck to the side. I know how to grab a gun off of somebody who's pointing it at me without me getting shot and possibly shoot him in the process.
Right.
But that don't mean that person is going to be in that fucking particular way, and and then, who's to say that I don't slip? Because that is a very, very precise and quick fucking, move. It's all one motion.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that shit right,
you don't have the motion.
You got the possibility of not only you being shot, you got the person.
Yeah.
You have the potential for any bystanders getting shot. Ultimately, you don't really want to shoot the person that got the gun pointed at you. You might have, depending, but we're just going to say this is a dispute that you're trying to get peacefully out of.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's a good possibility in the way you do the motion that his own finger will pull that trigger while the gun is pointed at him, and he'll shoot himself. And it's right in the chest. They'll be fucking dead. But again, what's the odds? What's the odds of somebody, I would rather think of a different way. Street fighting tells me, drop back, act like a little bitch, make sure you ain't looking and crack him with something. Simple as that. It's the little bitch move, works all the fucking time. Drop to your knees like you're fucking begging, punch him in the nuts. So, whatever. When it comes to shit like that, there's no rules.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's kind of, iffy there. But them Asians, man, I mean, the Chinese are the ones that are coming at us. And for some reason, they're like HRC. They are not getting looked at. Right now, we got some, our president now is doing shit. Because he's telling you guys, take it from a businessman at the business aspect of it. They are intellectual, and this wasn't nothing 20, 30 years ago, but now it is. The intellectual properties. That means software. That means, different websites. That means even when it comes down to hardware and the iPhones, and, I've talked about this before, where they have like a little flea market pretty much, and you could put together your own superphone. And over there, it's not a superphone. It's just, hey, he built one of these. You pick your carrier, whatever, the Asian carrier that's out there. And then say you want the new iPhone 8 case, or you like the iPhone 5 case. So you get that case. Now, you want the capabilities of the Galaxy, but you want, say, to have the charger of the newer LG, whatever the fuck. Or, the 2.0 whatever, or that round weird fucking plug. So say you want that. So you go here to here to here. And each one of the places gives you a little pamphlet with instructions on, what the thing does. And they have all universal, hookups.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time you're done, your phone could turn on, have every fucking, bell and whistle that you could possibly want, have Apple or Samsung or Toshiba or whatever the fuck the names are on the back of it, and roll the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
And for less than $100. While we're over here spending thousands on the new, which is free. I'm sorry, people. If you're spending over $100 on your phone, you're a fucking moron. Oh, we got guessing.
Yeah, this is my coworker, good buddy.
That mic working? No, you
might have to bring.
No, that mic is it plugged in? Okay, you gotta go sit down there. You done came in. You're on the fucking show. You ain't just gonna crash the show and not be in on it. And you're an innocent bystander who don't know anything we're talking about. That's great. That's fucking awesome. Cause you
can ask him random questions.
Yeah, different perspective.
Statistics.
And to keep it fair with everybody, we ain't gonna tell you his race or where he works or anything like that. He's just another motherfucking guest on the show.
So in other words, you probably won't get more than 2 words in with Marco, so
probably not.
Just sit back and relax.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's cool to have somebody with a fresh, who's not tired of hearing my bullshit.
Yeah. Outside perspectives.
Oh, shit.
Alright, so, back to the Asians. Those are the motherfuckers we gotta watch out for. They have a new fucking army, which we talked about before, with fucking lasers. Real deal G.I. Joe lasers.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are not still talking about
I know.
that.
I kind of want to buy one.
It's fucking, we're still, our military just got a rail gun. No, that shit was out back in the day. Fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger had it on his fucking movie. I mean, come the fuck.
This has been out since like World War I.
Yeah,
World War
once
II.
it hits
Let's
the theater, that means we've had it for at least 20 years.
Yeah. Once it's public knowledge.
That's how it pretty much runs. And then with the technology itself, I think they said 50 years. So anything that
Which I
we see
find that
coming out
really
nowadays-
hard to believe nowadays.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I mean,
like
they're saying that the TR-3Bs are now real and that they're just ours, which we all knew. Even fucking aliens tell you that the triangles ain't theirs.
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that ain't our shit,
That's
man.
pretty bad.
They got the cigars, they got the discs,
Yeah.
they got the
Ours is way cooler than that.
I've actually seen footage, and it's like I guess a credible footage. The spaceship kind of looked like them cartoon spaceships. Got the fin on the top and the fin on the bottom.
Yeah.
Kind of almost like Zeppelin type.
Like a little kid rod.
Yeah, almost from Idora Park.
Yeah.
That shit. So yeah, I don't think the Russians. I think this whole Russian push is just a smokescreen, dude. And if it's not, then they need to lay off the fucking Russians, because from all the research that I've done, the Russians are going after fucking aliens or the same people that they think are aliens, and it ain't even the same people that we're beefing with. So let them do their own fucking thing. Just let them do their thing. They ain't fucking with us. The ones they gotta watch is these fucking Asians. The fucking Asians are fucking up. Those are the ones who brought the fucking opium in the first place. Those are the ones who
Well, they just wanted to make $1, and they're still trying to make $1, but we don't want to give them that dollar.
World War II.
Well, see, now, which goes into that, because I knew I was going to talk about this tonight. I watched a documentary on China just to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Because we hear all this bullshit, and just like, that whole place, I think it was in Syria, that we bombed the chemical plant, and the next day I'm looking at photos of this beautiful fucking place that looks damn near like London with cobblestone streets. Wait a minute, that was supposed to be bombed, and this was this morning a reporter? What the fuck? So that's why I started looking into shit. That litter box is not a fucking litter box. That's the reason why I call it a litter box and disrespect it so much. What we get to see on TV is outskirts. It's like the projects of the fucking...
You don't see the $1 trillion cities.
Yeah, you don't see the fucking big lights and the fucking skyscrapers and all that.
You're talking
shit.
about
Nobody talks about that in the litter box.
The richest countries in the world.
You're gonna tell me
really?
that they ran the oil game for fucking decades, and they're still living in these fucking caves? They're still, or what they showed in that one movie. About the reporter who got bombed in the hotel, and the hotel was all shitty, like 70s. No, you can't tell me that one of them sheiks could buy half of America.
Yeah.
You gonna tell me that block ain't fucking damn near paved with gold? Kiss my ass. But again, like I said, these fucking Asians, those are the ones, man. Those are the fucking ones we gotta watch out for.
Yeah, there's a lot of money exchanging hands in that so-called debt.
And people don't get that Asians are totally different. There is no, like here in America, we can protest and we can change things, and there is no, race. When it comes down to it, if North Korea gets bombed by fucking Germany, South Korea is helping North Korea, so is China, so is Japan. Anybody who's orange with slanted eyes are going at them motherfuckers. Best believe it. It's just the way it rolls.
Like maybe global takeover World War III to get that many.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Well, see,
if one of them goes and it's
true, but it's on that side note that's like happening in our cities and shit now. Like I said, that natural segregation. You're gonna get enough people pissed off in the world, and you're gonna have countries butted up against each other.
Yeah, I believe it.
Just like our country here, you're gonna have black, white, Mexican, everybody. Just natural segregation. That's where you're most comfortable.
Like that already.
I mean, you always have that. It's just.
But like I was saying, with the looking into the China,
yeah,
they stopped construction on this last year. This was a new documentary. They have a 400 square kilometer city. Gee, city. I mean, this fucking city is beautiful. It's a ghost town. Nobody lives there. They dumped all this money into it. Then all of a sudden, the money fucking stopped flowing in. Somebody pocketed something. They stopped it. It was supposed to be the new modern era of China. Done. Now, I honestly feel like this was a propaganda documentary.
Yeah.
I have seen quite a few of these ones where the cities,
right.
The more of them I've seen were cities that were stacked. Like there was people living on top of people who were living on top of people.
Okay.
Like it was weird designs. I don't know what architect was smoking what, but meth came from them Asians too. But not only did they show this, I feel like they were trying to go against the tariff thing.
That's what I'm.
But they started showing the miners and stuff. This is what fucked me up.
Okay.
Because no matter what tariff or what kind of monies are not going, this goes down to your fucking company. They were working for a mining company.
All right.
These people have paid into insurance, like health insurance, for years and years. Their company refuses to give them their insurance or pay their medical bills. Not only that, but cut their pay from $1,000 a week to $75 a week, I think it was. And they have to keep working because the company says, oh, we'll eventually give you your stuff. Whereas these companies are fucking getting paid, but they're telling these people that everybody's broke.
Sounds like GM.
That's another. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Here's another thing for the people who are going to start having a fit with our president putting tariffs on Mexico. Because, last time it was the poor avocados. We gotta get avocados. I'm praying that the Mexicans tell us to go fuck ourselves. I'm praying. Because then the taxes from the monies that are being brought in from the tariffs will not only pay for the border wall like our president said it was going to, but it will also bring General Motors back.
Really?
Now, from, I guess, the rumor mill or whatever, I've talked to, peoples around the ways. The trucking companies are already signing the contracts to start parts again in America. So, you Mexicans, Donald, go ahead. Tell Trump to go fuck himself. Go right ahead. It's just like the impeachment thing. It's gonna work. He's a businessman. That's the reason why.
He's president.
voted him in.
Yeah.
That's why we voted him in.
Yeah.
You know,
We need
and
money.
it's
He
a
knows how to
chess
get money.
game. You know,
Everybody's tired of the
Politic
debt,
bullshit,
all
yeah.
the debt.
well, see, we're always going to have the debt. And that's people love throwing it up. Oh, the debt's higher now than before because Trump's president. No, the debt's higher now because we're in a new presidency. And the next 4 years, if Trump's not president, the debt's going to be higher.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way it is. Now, we could decrease spending so it doesn't go up as high that quick.
Or you can raise your tariffs.
Right. Well, see, even the tariffs ain't going to do it.
But
Because no
here's
matter what, we have to stay, every country has to stay indebted to somebody.
But when he's putting the
It's
money back
business.
into the country, how do you argue that?
Yeah.
I would rather have debt that he's making because he's giving it back to us than
How old are you?
35.
Well, you should remember this. When you were little, wasn't the thing that all our grandparents talked about was buy American, buy American. Everything
Always,
is going overseas.
always.
Everything is Asian. Everything. Now, it's our generation, and it's time for us to start buying American and doing what we were supposed to be doing. And now everybody's having a fucking fit. Come the fuck on.
Well, the problem is it's hard to find American-made products anymore.
Well,
It's not even that.
now it's starting though.
But yeah,
I mean, it's going to take a minute, and we all knew that it was going to be a rough start. You know, it's a cold start. That's the way it goes. But eventually, I mean, and it isn't even going to be in this presidency. It might take 2 presidencies for it to fucking roll through. But it'll get back to that. Just like AOC's dumbass. You know, she does have a point. A few things that she wants to implement will work. It's not going to work in her time in office. But eventually it'll help. It's not going to take care of the problem, but it'll help. We're definitely not going to die in fucking 12 years from global warming. You know, that's just stupid. And if she really fucking believed that, then she wouldn't be paying her bills. So let's see. We went from the Asians. We covered that bullshit. Quit fucking with the Russians. All right, I am done with politics. Except for the DARPA thing, but that's more some wild shit. So Ricky wants to talk about these fucking
Underwater cities.
underwater cities that seem to not be a big issue to anybody, which kind of fucks me up. I knew about the underwater city that was by Japan, and they're trying to say it's a natural formation.
Yeah.
It's right off the coast of Japan, like almost by Okinawa. But when they photographed it, like archaeologists or whatever the fuck they, did the underground photographs, there's Mesoamerican fucking like carvings all over it. Like, there's like the faces and the headdresses and all that shit. I mean, it looks like Aztec or Mayan shit. So I mean, what the fuck are they? They don't look like samurai. You would think it would look some kind of Asian.
This kind of goes back into the Mayans having teleportation or
I don't know.
opening portals at least.
Well, I mean, every civilization has their stargates or whatever you want to call them.
But with the Mayans just all kind of disappearing.
Well, see, to me, I feel like when the spread of the Anunnaki and, like we broke free from the Anunnaki and they rose up from, they kind of split. They hit Europe, went in, hit this way, went in, hit that way. And, that's the way they fucking rolled out. There's certain, I guess, cultures or whatever, think it started at Atlantis and moved out, outward. They were escaped, the whole cataclysm there. But a lot of people think that this Japanese place is supposedly Atlantis. I don't think so. I think it's remnants of Mu. And still there's, Lemuria, which they haven't found. But I don't think the city that's under Cuba, which, there's a city now under Cuba. And that motherfucker got pyramids and sphinxes. Underwater,
Awesome.
So, that goes into Hitler, though.
Cuba?
Yeah, because supposedly Hitler, when he didn't kill himself. That was supposedly, a decoy or whatever. But he went down to the Hispanics, whatever, Cuba, and what's the other one that right by Antarctica? Argentina. it Argentina? Anyways, he was popping in and out
Yeah.
of both.
Oh, yeah,
places.
yeah, yeah. It is Argentina.
And supposedly from Argentina, he went to Antarctica, but then there's, reports that he just lived his life out as an
Argentina,
Argentinian
yeah.
or whatever the fuck. But we also know from history that Hitler was a big fucking science and biblical spiritual buff. So what if he fucking knew about that shit? Everybody thinks he was in Antarctica with some aliens or whatever.
But here's the thing: he was all over the place.
Right.
He scoured this globe almost better than anybody else has.
Well, and that's why, a lot of this whole shit with the Nazis, they blame Hitler for. He was really a scapegoat, man. Like Himmler and Rudolf Hess were the ones who were pretty much running the show there, man. I mean, they were the sick fucks who did the experiments and all, and all that shit there. Hitler was more of looking for like the Grail and looking for the spear of destiny and shit like that there. Not to say that he wasn't trying to do the whole world dominance thing through that.
That still goes back into why did he feel that the Jews wanted to be eliminated? And
I told you how I feel about that. I know.
I get that, and that's my whole thing too. Is the comic book wants to say that the Jews were persecuted for 5,000 years, and yet they're the ones running the fucking world. Now, why did Hitler try to stop that?
Well, I honestly don't. Like, the Jews that are running the world supposedly these days are not the Jews that
True enough.
Hitler was after. And again, I fucking hate when people just say Jews because it was a lot of people. I don't understand why Jews just got put up to the top of it. But dude, all them same people were all together at that time. Remember we talked about this. While before Hitler hit the Reich, when it was just the German army, they saw that all these same people were gathering together, and the ones that didn't follow the rest of the flock got murdered fucking brutally, like swords and fucking clubs, and that's all they had there. You can't hang a motherfucker, and they didn't have guns, so you got buried to your neck and cracked with a rock in your face. So there was, in essence, a sand people Nazi, a regime. Now, who's to say that Germany didn't see this shit and started gathering together and doing the same thing? You follow us, and we're gonna make sure that these people don't take us over, and it just got, people got power hungry and shit like that. If you really look into the history of the whole Holocaust, and really do the numbers,
I know,
and really look into just everything, it's impossible, fucking possible for that many people, let alone of one race, to be decimated in that amount of time in that way. I watched plenty of fucking videos on it, and especially like when they supposedly burn the people.
Yeah.
All right, they did do that shit.
Yeah.
But they showed the dimension. There's a few of them still standing. They showed the dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
Now the people got escorted in the bottom. Only 10 could be burned at a time. It took an hour. They get gassed and then burned.
Mm-hmm.
It took an hour for everybody to be dead and for the gas to blow out. Then they had to carry. There was no elevators, nothing. Dead weight bodies.
Yeah.
Up steps to take them to a furnace where it took another. I forget how long it took for just one body to burn. Now, you're talking about millions of Jews being killed in 3 years? There's no fucking way. If there was only 3 fucking gas chambers, because that's all it was, even Auschwitz, the big fucking whatever the fuck, 3 gas chambers. The amount of cyanide, period, that you needed to kill these people was just unreal. There was no way to produce that amount of cyanide. The fucking any of that. And again, I'm not against the Holocaust, but they fucking hyped that shit up so much. It was crazy. Nobody talked about the slaughters of the Irish or the slaughters of any of the Africans, who get still slaughtered to today, or anything like that, but it's always the slaughter of just the Jews, and the numbers went up from the hundreds to the millions. Where's that going? Yeah, we didn't hit a draw 4. Shit.
We're trying to keep order in the studio. Sorry.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't get into the whole Holocaust shit, and oh, you're a Holocaust denier. No, I'm a fucking person with logic.
Right.
Okay, some people got killed. I'm not saying, and I sound like that fucking piece of shit, Omar, whatever the fuck. When she tried to say the 9/11, oh, some people did something. No, I'm not saying it like that. The reason why I said some people got killed is because it was not one particular race of people. There were Russians in there, there were Croatians in there was Slovaks in there. It wasn't just Jews. And, in all the fucking, movies and shit you see, it's always these white folks. No, Jews back then weren't white folks. They weren't white folks at all. They were sand people. Just like if you believe in Jesus, Jesus was a sand person. Hey, it is what it is. So, now, how did we get to the sand people?
It always comes back to the sand people.
You always go that journey. Yeah.
No, because I don't believe the sand people are worse than the Asians.
No, it's just there's a lot of things that are going on with the sand people.
All right, well, where we at? All right, DARPA shit.
All right.
So for the people out there who don't know what the fuck DARPA is, we were talking about the underground water thing.
Yeah.
DARPA is our military's experimental dark military shit. All this fancy cool shit and some fucked up shit is all started with DARPA. HARP. That's what I forgot to write down. HARP. I found something about HARP that I didn't know. HARP was not designed as a weather manipulation.
I know.
But that's what it's known for.
Right. That's the story because that sounds okay.
No. I've heard the bad conspiracy about the weather manipulation.
Well, I get that, but you say, well, we can do this or that to the weather, or their original thing was it was
a tracker.
Yeah, but it was a tracker for
submarines and different stealth, whatever. It was pretty much a radar. It was created for a radar, supposedly. Right. But then
they found out what they can do with it.
Yeah, you could manipulate the ionosphere with the.
That's what it was. They were sending radar and bouncing it between the layers in the atmosphere.
And there's something else I was wrong about, which is fucked up. I thought that, well, it was created by the Americans.
Yeah.
Later on in life, I was pretty sure that I came across some information that said NATO ran it now. Because it was like, it's just a global weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, if one country owned it, whatever country that owned it, whoever pissed them off is done. So you would think, NATO's supposedly neutral. Anyways, the Brits.
Okay.
The Queen, the Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who, in part, owns HARP.
Huh.
Yeah. And speaking of the fucking Crown, what was it, last week? Supposedly, everybody was protesting Donald Trump over there in Great Britain or whatever, over there, and everybody hated him, and one particular mayor wasn't even going to show up at their fucking dinner, and, there was going to be all kind of violence and like 15 people on a bridge with 2 big banners.
That was it, yeah.
Then they had the nerve, the media had the nerve to say, well, today isn't it, it's after they go to a certain place or whatever, then all the protests. They didn't hear shit about no protests. No, nothing, not a motherfucking thing. Actually, one of Britain's high-ups in their parliament or whatever they call it, snapped on television talking about, this is the President of the United States. This has nothing to do with anything that's going on in America. He is here to honor the soldiers who died on D-Day for us. you know, the American soldiers, the thousands of soldiers that came here and fought for us.
Right.
And for us not to show our appreciation, no matter who the fucking president of America is ignorant. Which is...
Case closed.
Yeah. I mean, fuck.
Argue it.
You know, I mean, as honestly as much as I didn't like Obama, he was my fucking president. And if I was over in Europe or whatever and they said, fuck, you know, Obama, I'd be like, fuck you, that's my president. You know, I couldn't stand him. You know, I ain't gonna go over somewhere else and be like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. Well, yeah, he's governing you. Now you're a piece of shit. You know,
Yeah, but would you still say that if, like, Hillary was president?
I'd have to.
Yeah.
As much as I hate her guts, you know, you...
America through and through.
Right. That,
America.
Respect is respect. You
Yeah.
respect the office. You don't have to respect the person.
True enough, I guess. I don't know
You know,
if I would say I respect the office, but...
I mean, dude, I mean,
I
if
don't
you
know.
look at it, America, if they were a person, they'd be they would be worse than Donald Trump.
Yeah.
As a whole. As a whole, America, period, is a fucking mad, racist, violent, bipolar chick.
Yeah.
That's what America is. You know, we'll go over and bomb you, a fucking country, and then be like, oh, we didn't kill that many people. We shouldn't have did that. Yeah, we'll build another McDonald's or something over there for them. Or, you know, and just roll out. You know, like the worst girlfriend you ever had. Oh, we didn't do that. I'm sorry. Oh, I just didn't know. What the fuck? So, I mean, we can't... You gotta look at the good and the bad, and just, you know, if you're for your country, I mean, you know, there's a lot of people who are from Ohio that aren't Browns fans, you know, me being one of them, but, you know, if you were a Browns fan, you would have your Browns gear. Anybody talking shit about your players or whatever, you'd fucking...
Stab him in the face.
Yeah, you know... Shit, I had a gun put up to me because the Steelers beat the Browns one time.
Well, yeah, they don't... Yeah.
Yeah, that's some foul shit. Yeah. But anyways, you got to respect the office. You know, that was just the way I was brought up.
I guess I can respect it. It's just... Stop hiding your fucking knowledge.
That's all over the world, though.
I get that, but just...
America and the Crown are the worst. Oh, and the Vatican.
Yeah, but...
Are the biggest fucking ones. But, I mean... I guess it goes back to my whole theory on the comic book, on the Bible. You know, like I said a thousand times, the one thing in the Bible, above all else, that you get punished for, and you get the worst punishments for, is knowledge.
Yeah.
You're allowed, you get forgiven if you fucking murder. You get forgiven if you blaspheme, which was another big one. You get forgiven if you, well, rape didn't even exist. If you know, break one of whatever laws or whatever, you get forgiven. But you catch some knowledge and tell somebody that knowledge, like you finally find out that God's not real, and you tell somebody about this, oh, dude, smacked in the face with a rock. That's it. You know, well, they had spears back then. Because they had some Romans around the Sand Peoples back then. But yeah, it's knowledge. But a lot of times, and I found out this the hard way, we talked about this, there's reasoning behind hiding knowledge. Because knowledge not only is power, but knowledge could break down shit quick and cause chaos.
True enough, but...
You know, what was it on Men in Black?
Yeah.
You know, they made a good, you know, a good point there. When the dude was talking to Will Smith, he said, people are smart. Or a person is smart. A person is rational. People are not. People are irrational. People fear shit. People do stupid shit.
Because they're afraid of knowledge. You're afraid of what you can't understand.
See, I never understood that saying.
Really?
Yeah, because if I don't understand something, I'm not afraid of it. I want to know. I want to understand it.
But a lot of people don't think of it like that.
I don't understand it or I can't understand it. Mm-hmm. You know, just like we've had talks about different shit that is science between you and I.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense to me. but it is what it is. You know, and it's still, it bothers the shit out of me. It's this little, like, horticulture shit that, in my mind, should be one way, because I have a straight mechanical thinking. Not so much mechanical like car, like mechanical like machinist, like from a block, from blueprints and shit.
Yeah.
So in my logical thinking, what you're saying does not make sense, but it does because it works and it's, you know, been proven. So it pisses me off more, or it bothers me more when I don't understand.
And that's when you just gotta get your hands dirty.
You know, if I don't understand something and somebody else does, and then they're gonna bitch at me for doing something wrong when I don't understand it, and you're not gonna tell me why, then we got an issue. You know, but there's a whole process there. That
I
goes
mean,
into-
that's like with anything you've ever tinkered with. I mean,
that's like if I'm rolling a blunt and I crack the blunt, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm doing wrong, but you just called me an asshole because I cracked the blunt. Well, bitch, you didn't tell me what the fuck I did wrong. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, roll your own shit. But like, if you're like, nah, dude, you're supposed to lick the edge of the blunt first, and then, you know, hold it with your 2 fingers, then, all right, well then, thank you. I was fucking wrong. Thank you for correcting me. That's how, you know, I feel people should learn or learn.
It's
or
just
whatever,
a transfer of knowledge.
Right.
I've had epiphanies about this before
But,
with people.
like
It's
I
just
said,
like that's almost like the whole reason why we are here. It's just so we can figure out the knowledge and give it to other people.
I think our existence, more and more that I think about it, I mean, there may be other lifetimes or other transference of our energy, or reincarnation, if you want to call it that, in some kind of way. But, see, I don't really think, in the end of it all, especially humans, I don't think we really had a purpose.
I don't say so much a purpose. I guess if you would have to give life a purpose, I would come down to that.
I would think,
especially
that
like the transferring of like sacred knowledge.
In my thinking, especially in my belief system that I have now, I honestly feel that animals themselves have more of a purpose on this earth or in this galaxy, period, than humans ever will. And this is why. Before we were created by the Anunnakis, there were animals on this earth.
Right.
Those animals were, if Sophia exists, or Yahweh exists, or Buddha, or Allah, whatever supposedly the higher power is, if that existed, the animals came from that. Those were here first. We were created by a creation from a creation. You know, we're fourth generation not belong here.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we won the luck of the draw.
We were a science experiment.
Exactly. We were created to be slaves. And in every part of the Bible, you see that them people who are followers of God were slaves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
They're the biggest slave. I mean, that's all.
Even in the Ten Commandments, if you look into it, you know, the Ten Commandments are a bunch of bullshit rules that control people. Yeah. And if that was sent down by an actual God, what an asshole.
And see, that's it. You're going to use the Ten Commandments to govern your people, but then again, nobody should hold a higher power over anybody else.
Well, that actually goes into the whole shit I've seen about the Vatican today, and the popes.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of proves that the popes are fucking evil.
Yeah.
But on what you're saying, just there's no other way. I mean, we were created. We were supposed to be disposable. You know, the person in the Bible who ended up becoming Satan, Lucifer, the bad person, was the bringer of knowledge. We were given knowledge and thus banned from Eden, thus banned from anything, you know, and Lil ended up becoming Yahweh in the Bible. And Lil did not want us to become breeders, pretty much. He did not want us to become knowledgeable. He wanted slaves. We were supposed to be slaves. Enki saw the good in us, humans, whatever the fuck, and decided to not only make us to be able to procreate, to breed, but we were able to gain knowledge. He gave us the knowledge. He gave us the knowledge to agriculture and shit like that. And not only like later on in life he became, Satan or whatever the fuck, but he was also Poseidon. P-O-E? Poseidon? And that's how the evolution from that with the pitchfork and all the way down. Because, Satan don't pop up in the Bible or Lucifer. Right in the beginning, supposedly the war in heaven.
Yeah.
And then, people fuck that all up and don't realize that whoever was the leader of that pack was given Earth. So, you're worshiping the God of Earth, you're worshiping the Antichrist. Just letting you know. But after that, you don't hear any more about, you hear about some demons here and there.
Yeah.
You hear about Lilith, I think, twice, maybe.
Yeah.
Even the serpent, they don't say it was Satan. They just say it was a serpent. There's all kind of different stories about that in Adam and Eve. And even Eden itself. The garden. There's, one theory that says that Earth itself is Eden. Mm-hmm. That it's like kind of like a big ant farm. But there's also theories that say Eden was just a small little part of this world, and there was shit that lived outside that world, and there, gives whoever the fuck was knocking up Lilith to make all these demons that she had to kill, or babies she had to kill. There was also, where did Cain find a wife? There's Cain, Abel, who was the third one? Whatever, the younger fucking brother, they found wives. They try to say that because they lived longer, which doesn't even make sense, that there was so many generations of sisters, this and that it eventually, the bloodline thinned out where he could marry a cousin, but he married a cousin or whatever. Doesn't make sense because there was no brothers and sisters in your parents, so those weren't cousins. Those were all ancestral brothers and sisters and shit like that. And I still don't understand how, without some kind of either divine or extraterrestrial intervention, that anyone, even the great Enoch, lived 300-something years, 400 years, But I will give it to the Sumerian text, the King's List. They lived for fucking thousands of years.
So if you start mixing up bloodlines somewhere through the line, well, all right, you don't live 1,000 years, but you live a couple hundred.
We were, like I said, genetically made to die at a certain time.
Yeah.
Even no matter how, whatever, somewhere in our DNA, there's a fucking clock. Everybody has that shit. It just, it happens like that. We can't figure that shit, just like we have the reptilian DNA. If you look at a fetus before, as it's going through its stages.
Yeah, that shit fucking weird, man.
Yeah, not only do we turn into a lizard, we turn into other different
pig
species.
and a fucking.
We fucking have hooves for a quick second.
Yeah,
like it's pretty fucked up. And then it's just kind of like a roll of the dice. Mm-hmm. It's 7, 7, 7. Sometimes you hit a 3, or sometimes you get lemons. It happens.
Oh no, man! I ain't never heard of lemon and dice.
Oh yeah?
I haven't, no.
I've seen all kind of die. I've seen dies with pigs fucking on them. I've actually seen they were pigs, and you try to get them to fuck. There was a game, I forget, my buddy Johnny, I think he still has it. They used to sell at Hills. Remember Hills?
Yeah. Yep, Liberty Plaza.
I remember seeing the game so many times when I was a kid. And then later on in life, when we became adults, I don't know where Johnny got it, but he bought the fucking game. It still had the same box. But you got like 6 pigs. Little like pigs. Like, they look like Monopoly pieces. And you rolled them like they were dice. And depending on which way the pigs landed, you got points. And I mean, there was pigs fucking, pigs giving head, pigs on their side, pigs laying down.
That's hilarious.
And you wouldn't think that, you would think, statistically, especially the way they're made, most of the time they would end up on their side. No, they didn't. And they weren't weighted or nothing. It was just, a particular type of plastic or whatever, but it was fucking weird. All right, so we went back to saying people in the Bible. Damn it, you were right, Cat. Here's
we
one.
were all right.
How much time we got?
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, fuck me. All right, well, here,
fuck
I'm
you,
going to just
it's
throw this out there. If
like
anybody's
12:30.
still listening, you look it up yourselves. It's real fucked up. One of the first DARPA experiments was Project Argus. And that is when, now mind you have to look up the dates because the dates will really fuck you up. That means we had nuclear capabilities way before motherfuckers told us. And that goes back to what we were saying earlier. But anyways, they set off hundreds. They actually did this. Of nuclear fucking weapons. Like bombs. In our atmosphere. Like right outside our atmosphere or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
To supposedly create this ion fucking force field around the Earth. And it worked for, I guess, a few minutes or whatever, but it dissipated. I don't know how they didn't think that the ions, not fucking held together with something, it wouldn't dissipate, but, or maybe they just wanted to blow shit out there. But yeah, so, fuck global warming. We can't fix nuclear fucking holes in our atmosphere. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck how many Priuses you drive around, And again, like I said last week, a baby fucks your whole tribe. So unless you're not gonna have kids, fuck you and your fucking environmental bullshit. That little fucking shit kicker that you shit out your body fucking created more devastation to this earth in its first 3 years than you will in your entire life. But yeah, so on the on the Argus Project Argus, it's really hard for me to believe it, even though, there's no reason to hide that shit. That was some blatant shit that even, I guess, history books, you just gotta know about it. But wouldn't that this is my logic, wouldn't that blow out the Kuiper Belt? Wouldn't nuclear, and the reason why I thought about this, it goes in my head, the interview I watched with the one NASA high up who said that, one, he gave the stupidest answers why we never went back to the moon. He fucking said that we no longer have the capabilities or the technology.
Yeah.
We lost it. First of all, government, especially some shit like that, we don't lose none of that shit. No. We ain't lost the fucking fake moon landing footage, and the real moon landing footage has leaked out. So don't give me your fucking horseshit that you lost it. Second of all, they talk about we can't make it through the Kuiper Belt. Wait the fucking minute. We back, and we know now that it was earlier, but just from what we're being told, know that we made it to the fucking moon a few times in damn near a fucking roller coaster car. And made it the fuck back. Through whatever fucking Kuiper, because that Kuiper Belt was been there for millions. That shit didn't just pop up. There ain't no Mandela effect on that shit. That's there. So, wait, how the fuck can we make it up there on a gallon of gas and a fucking big wheel, and we can't make it up there now with a fucking TR-3B? You're full of shit. You're full of fucking shit. I don't think that Kuiper Belt is there anymore.
So I have to cut you short real quick.
Yep.
But what's your name?
Adam.
Okay.
You were absolutely right. He didn't get to talk.
Adam got 9 words in. I counted them. 9 words throughout that whole spiel.
Well, from somebody who's just a bystander, on that, wouldn't you think, supposedly one nuke could stop a fucking meteor the size of Texas from hitting the Earth? This is hundreds. Don't you think that would fucking get rid of a fucking a meteor belt that's going to at least put a big ass chunk out of it?
It would do something.
Right.
I mean, change direction or something.
Right. That caused some kind of effect.
Because you got to figure, I mean, the nukes that we have now are even more powerful than the ones that we had
this
before.
supposedly happened. Argus happened probably late 50s or early 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So, and back then, motherfuckers didn't have no restraints. You know, when they dropped a bomb on Hiroshima, they dropped the motherfucking bomb. They were like, hey, we're gonna blow shit up. Whoa, this blew shit up. And now we know what the radiation, you know, the cause of it later on in life. But nobody gave a fuck about that back then. So they set off some real deal shit out in the fucking air up there, and nobody talks about it.
No.
And just recently, like, out of nowhere, I mean, you can look this shit up, because it's still fucking me up. Like, when did the moon, like, the moon is not in our atmosphere, correct?
Correct.
We were taught that the moon was not in our atmosphere.
No.
Because what we were taught, if something is in our atmosphere, then we could breathe there.
Mm-hmm.
Without any kind of apparatus, or maybe it might be a little heavy depending on if you're in mountains or, you know, your elevation.
Right.
But point of it being, look it up now. The moon is in our atmosphere. And they're not saying how, they're making like it's always been there.
But it never was.
Right.
No, we're wrong. It always has been. That's some shit. Now, some people call that the Mandela effect. Some people call that a misinterpretation of a memory. Some people think it's, oh, you saw something on TV and just remember it that way. We don't know exactly what it is. I choose to use the Mandela effect because that's very broad in its whole shit. There's different things that could cause that. But look that shit up. And with that, y'all, I guess I know I ran over my time. And, you know, we're going to end this shit up. Don't forget the autism thing. We got Stereotype Oz, Jesse Calhoun going to be playing this weekend. And we got the Fest on the West Side Bowl on the 15th.
Yep,
so
come check
if
it
you're
out.
anywhere around here, go check that shit out. Be safe. Don't believe a damn thing I said. Look that shit up yourself. I'm out.
Peace.
Night, y'all.
Later.
Your colorless lost, shout out to freedom.
slowly becoming a villain. I just wanna thank all my fans, especially. Without you was a death to me. I don't consider myself a celebrity, but I'll be doing this shit till I'm 70. This is my destiny, this is the best of me. It's an incredible feel on the ground. Letting it go, letting you know. We're killing ourselves all alone. Everybody wants some, everybody gets none from me. Cause everybody's on drugs. Trying to believe the American dream is a killing machine. We're falling in love with a new disease. If it's killing you, then it's murdering lives. Okay, so one life alone. You're ready for much fun, staring down a loaded gun. And you don't see that it's killing you. Cause everybody's on drugs. That's what I'm telling you. Cause nobody else really has a clue. Until you pain like heroin. Accept the pain just to feel again. Everybody wants some, everybody gets none from me. Cause everybody's on drugs. Trying to believe the American dream is a killing machine. We're falling in love with a new disease. If it's killing you, then it's murdering lives. Okay, so one life alone. You're having so much fun, staring down a loaded gun. And you don't see that it's killing you.
Everybody has died from the neck up, trying to get to the top, searching for a way out. This is a dying nation, so complacent. Mirrors need a wicked. What are we waiting for?
Do I know you?
No, not really.
You seem so familiar.
I'm your son.
Oh, my son. I'm sorry I was never there for you. I'm
not here for your apologies. I'm here to thank you. I'm here to thank you for never being there. Because it made me the person I am today. And without that, I don't know where I'd be. So this is my first hello. And this is my last goodbye.
The American dream is a killing machine. Everybody's on drugs. It's killing you. It's so fucking
Wake up! You're having a bad dream.
It felt so real. It's like I'm losing my mind. It's like I've been there before. I just know it. Wait. Willow? What are you doing? Why are you standing like that? Willow, this isn't funny. Willow! Willow! You've gotta be fucking kidding me!
passion on their backs, yet they stay persistent every day. They're steady lying to themselves. What the fuck would make you think that you could sell? It gets so awkward trying to tell them all to piss off and leave me alone, but I guess that's the price that you pay for living well and being known. They try to pull their little cards and get collabs, all because we knew each other way back in the distant past. But when you tell them no, everybody wanna stress you out. What the fuck were you on my come up? I can't respect you now. I'ma lay the lesson down, dog, and you better be taking notes. Didn't need you then, I don't need you now. Watch as I shake the globe. And I may be hater prone, no, but the more you have, the more you know that you've got a product that's bored to last. I'm bored of cats, easily to think they compare, until we serve them a taste of carnage and they get
You
scared.
can't do it like I do it, so don't try. Take one look at the destruction and you'll know why. You like to tell me of the others, but it don't fly. Cause if it did, then it wouldn't be me. You can bring it like we bring it, so don't try. They still keep trying and they simply don't try. Motherfuckers wish they could compare us, but it don't fly. Cause if they could, then we just wouldn't be we.
Yeah, now I'm not sure why you would think that we are equals. I think my rap sheet speaks for itself, faggot, breathe through. You steady getting gassed up, man, that shit is evil. Being lied to by your homies, man, and people ain't your people. If they were really your friends, they'd be honest and tell you that a vagina could let a queef out and sound better, but they keep on just downplaying it and stay up in your ear with all that shit they know you wanna hear, and really it's just giving you hope for something you hold so dear. But it's okay, buddy, I've been there before. Let people try to fix the broken, they'll just injure it more. I stepped my game up to off dogs and came with that raw sauce, but really there's no hope for you, dog. You're a lost cause. Try to be the silky smooth and glide like me, ain't got that filthy freaking flow, that grit and grime like me.
You can
rhyme like me. In fact, if you were half as good as this, well shit, yo, I wouldn't be me.
You can do it like I do it, so don't try. Take one look at the destruction and you'll know why. You like to tell me of the others, but it don't fly. Cause if it did, then it wouldn't be me. You can bring it like we bring it, so don't try. They still keep trying and they simply don't try. Motherfuckers wish they could compare us, but it don't fly. Cause if they could, then we just wouldn't be we. Yeah, it's like nowadays, every kid with a computer and Fruity Loops trying to be the next hot shit. Well, let me tell you something about myself. Yo, I've been around the circuit when it comes to rhyming jumps. I've opened up for bullshit shows, written lines that stunk. At one time or another, I rhymed in the most grimy clubs with the most violent thugs. So don't patronize me, punks. And I got a real short temper, so watch it with that cock eye. You give me the wrong vibe and you're waking up in my basement hog-tied. It was like 37 passengers. What happened? They all died when I punched the city bus for going psh when I walked by. So quit trying to be hard, bitch. You ain't earned stripes. You record on a fucking used SM58 Shure mic and the laptop that your dad bought your poor ass. Then when you're done, you get on World of Warcraft and instigate nerd fights. That ain't a job and it isn't a hobby. It's a public annoyance. I mean, I tell you to practice, but you'll never get better. You suck if you're pointless. Look at your fucking performances. Shitty ass mics and just 2 fans. The proof is in Deadpool 10. Bitch, you can do it like I do it, so don't try. Take one look at the destruction and you'll know why. You like to tell me of the others, but it don't fly. Cause if it did, then it wouldn't be me. You can bring it like we bring it, so don't try. They still keep trying and they simply don't try. Motherfuckers wish they could compare us, but it don't fly. Cause if they could, then we just wouldn't be we. You can do it like I do it, so don't try. Take one look at the destruction and you'll know why. You like to tell me of the others, but it don't fly. Cause if it did, then it wouldn't be me. You can bring it like we bring it, so don't try. They still keep trying and they simply don't try. Motherfuckers wish they could compare us, but it don't fly. Cause if they could, then we just wouldn't be we.
It's just because I'm on a whole nother level. Hating because I'm on a whole nother level. Yeah, talk shit, soft jack. Wishing on my downfall, all bad, all hate, new fact. Listen to my interviews on tabs. Didn't take long, sneak this and been ignoring. I'm a legend in the mix and I was young, had a vision, I was gritting. Celebrating, sipping, you be praying that I go up by commission. Yeah, I know I hit a nerve right, cause it's you that I'm talking about. You be looking at me strange as I'm walking out. I'm grinding, no time to understand what the talk's about. The line around the corner of the show, I be guapping out. So we just different breeds. Still just trying to build alliance, you just envy me. I'm in the league of my own, I'ma keep getting better. Got my footprints down on the pedal, whole nother level. It's just because I'm on a whole nother level. Hating because I'm on a whole nother level now. Don't say that. Real ones, we don't play that. We've been on them jelly sickles since way back. I'm on a whole nother level now. I track these ads, the boss up literally on salty lads. The Keystone General about these bad. Your mind stays minimal, your golf stream's bad. I shed new skin, I touch new ground. My day one's with me, I'm holding niggas down. I got big dreams, I wear a new crown. I understand my lane, you ain't even around. Most of you niggas lame, a sucker, you're not allowed. You missed that train, too late to wave them down. Stock no game, your fame is unfound. I never mention your name, contain this main down. Flatterine, how you talk about me? I know you'd rather be in the spot that I be. I'ma chuck you the deuce as I keep getting better. Got my foot pressed down on the pedal, whole nother level. It's just because I'm on a whole nother level. Hating because I'm on a whole nother level now. Don't say that. Real ones, we don't play that. We've been on them jelly sickles since way back. I'm on a whole nother level now.
When I first started out, thought to myself, spread your heart about. Never thought that people had got my art of doubt. When the bar that's mouth and it darted out, then the same energy let us shard it out. King James, that show you things change. To the Queen Wayman with keen wangs from Bing Rames. The scene came from extreme brains to teen lames. Get your green man while I fling strange in a bling lane. So I go down my hair rojo. Way back in 99, homies who saw me call me homo. But then the rumor started that I worship Jesus' logo. Flipping it upside down, but no, so many fear this wicked bozo. But now it's accepted, like they finally infected with the formidable tech shit. Like it's normal to go mesh with the darkness. I was on the mission Blacks feared 20 years ago, but now they love it. Isn't that weird? Lord, this thing is weird, yours. So bring it. Lord, this thing is weird, yours. So bring it. I'm the nigga that started this. But I didn't switch my hips like a bitch and dress like Spartacus. My artist sick, bombarded with retarded quick. Nice flows for the psychos. They don't like those with the tight clothes. What they want is like a Nina when the light goes. Way low, DKOD shit. Fatally straight on these hits. Plays go like Dave Waco. When I A-flow, he pray on these tricks. I'm the nigga with the spiked hair. Painted face with the road might scare. Many people think I was quite rare. But tonight there for the nightmare. I am here to muzzle who? Those who think their hustle new. They're not in any trouble to the L-O-W. I am here to muzzle who? Those who think their hustle new. They're not in any trouble to the L-O-W. Lord, this thing is weird, yours. So bring it. Lord, this thing is
They don't know me